why a lot of these items are mostly to do with material science rather than arcane. So energy field would very much either fall in the realm of one of the other more advanced factions, or you'd have to create it yourself with a lot of downtime, which I'm not going to get into anytime soon, unless you guys decide you want to play settlement here. We're still in the you are technically free to go explore and not detach yourself or settle down to the rebellion if you would like. But it also gives you reasons to go to the other docks for example, maybe Mines Expanse, which is technically neutral, though they probably won't deal too well with you as a Noid since they're still prejudiced. But if you can find somebody who isn't prejudiced or disguise yourself as a non-Noid, you could probably easily get upgrades there. But it gives you reasons to go to the other docks.
But also
5
remember,
dragons and an angel. What the hell happened?
Oh yeah, we've got 5 dragons. Wait, we get an angel.
Wait, there's an angel. I'm looking at the goddamn ship. There's an angel.
Oh, that's Points Owlbear.
Oh, that's the owlbear. Yeah.
Oh yes, it's an owlbear named Angel rather than
Okay, at least that's slightly
an actual
better.
angel.
Why is it out in the ship?
Because it's actually
Because it's not tame. It's just here.
it's basically a
What do you mean
cat.
it's not tame?
Look,
tried
this
it,
one's
it
not on
worked.
me.
It's in
This one's not
training.
on me. But this one
It's a
is
rescue.
We haven't really had downtime.
It's
Well,
a rescue. We
we
have
had downtime where I
We've been
tried to train
busy.
it, and then we haven't had more downtime to train it yet.
Look, we've barely made the dragons like not kill someone in the pie. We're working on what we got here.
Hilariously, the angel was from like 5 sessions ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been there
Not
for a
even from
while.
last week.
It's been there for a while.
Yeah, okay, but I didn't realize he was just wandering around the ship like a goddamn person.
It's specifically there because I think we basically let it down the middle section of the ship and we just haven't taken it out yet.
Yeah, that was
We
from
tried to
when
put it in the animal zone, and then there were animals there.
Yeah,
So
that was from when we were in the underground caverns fighting the people, like the cult people.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
that-
remember
that
the
was
owlbear
We
walked
got our
up to
boons from
Point
the
and
Naga.
adopted him?
And plus, dragons and owlbear, I don't think would mix very well.
they might
I
do.
just
They might.
thought it'd be as like a spurious we have it like it's in the animal hold, not just wandering
I mean,
around the
that-
ship.
That's currently filled with dragons.
We tried to put it in the animal hold. It left.
I think it just walked out and keeps sleeping in front of like Point's room or like near Point's room. So we just figured it out of Point. Just go down here occasionally so it stays in this place rather than anywhere else.
Yeah, I made a little blanket out of my various.
We bought a cat
Materials.
bed for it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Keep feeding it. I assume Point's been feeding it or Alvina's been feeding it.
Mechanically, I've not been reducing rations, but the RP wise, yes, it's being
Doesn't need
fed.
to come from your rations. It's just as long as you're feeding it something.
Yeah.
I look forward to every day starting at a sprint up the stairs then.
Yeah, it's just Gwen's like, okay, peeks out the door. Okay, run.
She's friendly.
Oh.
She's just
Oh yeah, I think we
Loose.
determined that Gwen last week was heard dragons and was like, I am barricading in my room for the day.
oh,
Yep. Checks out.
And they've gone to sleep now, so you might want to be... I don't think you came out for breakfast.
there was some very
No,
nice point
Gwen
waffles.
never.
Oh yeah, also the Point set off a nuke.
It wasn't a nuke,
What?
not like the one you set off.
It was a regular bomb. We'll get into the recap once we do voice checks. Where are we at? We have 56 seconds. Yeah, let's get going. Yeah, let's just get started now. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of Alterra, episode 65, One for All.
Woo!
Let's do a quick voice
Hang on.
check.
Oh no.
Each of you can give me one sentence of what you remember about last week, and then I'll fill in the gaps for Gwent. Alvina, say hi.
Howdy! I had a belligerence off with a cloud giant, Goliath and got us a job. And I might be joining a different cult or an organization. I'm not really sure what I've said I'm joining up for, but I'm joining something.
Not a cult.
It's called like the Wrecking Crew or something.
It's the Wrecking Forge.
Wrecking Forge.
Typically a
that was it.
cloud giant Goliath, not a
Yeah.
cloud giant.
That's a Cloud Giant Goliath.
There was a slight pause that could have been interpreted as both.
Oh.
Just want to make sure I clarify, it is a Goliath for everyone
Not
else.
a Cloud Giant. We did try
Not
to
a cloud giant and a Goliath.
both separately, just in a small shop.
Fantastic. Randy?
Are you
Aye.
still Randy? You saw me this week.
Well, probably
yeah, we
switch
just
back to
played that.
Zormir
I forgot.
once we get. But I did. It wasn't me. I did nothing. It was totally all the point. That's all I'll say.
Do we want to say who Randy is? For people who
No,
weren't here last
no.
week, or
Nope, we'll add it in
Nope.
the fill-in at the end. Fuck you, say hi.
Right, so fuck you and Point and Randy all went to go see a bunch of people. Got shrunk down, and fun stuff happened. We all nearly
Met the
died.
Smurfs.
Yeah, we met
Met the
Smurfs. We all got our most of us got our spell slots taken away from us.
Also
And-
blame point for
Sorry.
Taken away from you. You got them depleted. They're not like gone forever.
No, they're not forever. They're just
The banks come and taken.
yeah, they just nicked our spell slots until we can replenish them.
Also blame the goblin for the name.
Yeah,
need some
and
porridge.
fuck you named Randy.
And everyone's regretting it.
We'll come to Gwent last. Lou, say hi.
Hi. Lou made somebody harassing a shopkeep laugh uncontrollably.
Oh
And
yeah.
went to help the poor laughing person. But him and his mate were so confused, they left.
Yeah, I forgot you stopped a mugging by making the mugger feel really uncomfortable.
But yeah, he was laughing. I was there. I thought it'd help.
It did.
I'm a nice
It
guy.
worked.
Yeah.
The point, rise like a phoenix, perhaps.
so I had an interview for an internship that may or may not have involved turning Pointbot's head into a bomb, which I then set off.
You didn't.
But
set-
I
you,
got
you
the
didn't
position
make
though,
it. You didn't make it a bomb either. Someone else made it a bomb.
Yeah.
Ah,
and I failed to disarm it.
The point gave him
It was-
permission.
technically disarmed
I
successfully.
was wondering.
It was technically disarmed successfully.
It's the
In a
best
way, you
kind
set
of
it off.
successful
But-
disarming.
You set it off, but it was disarmed.
There was a lot of faith.
It was entirely unfair.
There was
Before I get
some
into the recap, Gwent, say hi.
What do you remember of last week, Gwen?
Unrelenting terror.
Absolutely goddamn nothing.
Yeah.
Staring at the door, keep touching it, hoping it doesn't get hot.
All that medicinal alcohol you
Trauma.
had.
Honestly,
Alright.
probably.
And I'm Chris McKenzie. I will be your DM for tonight. To provide some context for last week, the party split up and went in their different ways into 3 groups, with Lou and his Dampier friend Lucas getting along, going for a stroll along the docks, while the point, the newly named Randy, which is the moss-filled head of Zbot,
Mm-hmm.
and Fukyu decided to meet with the representatives of the Golem Feather Incorporated with regarding to the Phoenix chips, and where the point asked for and auditioned for an internship to learn more about the hybrid Arcanites and Golem technology from what's effectively the science district that you will eventually gain access to much later when I get around to making another district map. And Alvina went away on their own to just have a look around the market inside the nest and accidentally stumbled upon what appears to be the front store room of some sort of secret society or organization that would not let her join. So she has taken upon herself to do an initiation trial in which she is to clean up the party's old mess of the reappearance of a gold-obsessed Oni King who has found his way onto an astral space station off the secret organization, and the organization doesn't want to deal with him.
Yeah. I technically could have joined, but I wasn't handing over my hammer.
They were also willing to waive the initiation because the guy really wanted to hammer. I mean, it's a pretty impressive hammer. It's the
yeah.
So that's where we previously left off. Hilariously, the internship trial wasn't initially going to be a bomb, and then you got in
Made
like
it a bomb.
you challenged them on the idea of like what would happen if there I think it was some sort of I think it was a comment regarding
It was a random off comment.
like a very arrogant confidence that you could just dismiss Z-bot without consequence, or
Not
like
me.
nobody would be able to
That's
mess with your
SpongeBob.
stuff.
Yeah, you
Um,
made they made the summon no longer a summon, which really confused the
Yep.
point.
Fucking
Point
Bob
blank.
could
And
summon and unsummon point bot just like
the
that.
incredibly old, like 90-year-old relative to their age, or at least 90 in like human terms, gnomes, took issue with this flat-out statement that nothing could ever go wrong, and the refusal. Hey, what if your technology gets tampered with? Couldn't happen. All right, let's find it when we do it.
And we all
Also, they-
survived, so
And,
what's
Also,
the
the-
issue?
and the best part is that every single plan involved decapitation. Not
Oh, yeah.
one plan that anyone voiced did not include decapitation. Some of them with decapitation was extra steps, but was still decapitation.
Also, they were very racist.
Were they?
Yeah, one of them
Well,
actually.
They're allergic to psionics.
They're
They're
allergic.
Oh, yeah.
racist. It's just your psionic communication kept interfering with their hearing aids.
Yeah. Which is fair enough, honestly, enough.
It kept causing to have psionic static going off in their ear. It was very painful.
I think when it causes you searing pain at a like second's notice, you're allowed to be a little miffed with people.
But
Why
we are
was
coming up
T-Bot
towards.
out and about?
No, we don't know. If it comes
Because-
down to it,
Because you were away, so I gave them a healer.
Fair enough.
for the shopping episode, we needed a healer.
I mean,
There was a bomb involved.
There was a bomb
You know what?
For some,
Do
yes.
it didn't do any permanent damage to you.
That's only because you converted the like spatial evaporation into a mana evaporation effect instead. So technically set it off. You just got a reduced harmful effect. So a partial success.
Which is the best kind of success.
Yeah, the way they solved it was, well, I can't think of any way to disarm it, so I'm just going to stab the entire thing and set everything part of it off at once. So hopefully the
logic was-
implosion and the explosion cancel
I-
each
I
other
found-
out.
Yeah, I found part of it that explodes, part of it that implodes. Why not both?
You literally used the best Alvina logic, and it was glorious.
Fuck you, turn into gaseous form.
Huh?
That was
Fuck you,
the
turn
morning
into
slot.
gaseous
That was
form
Z-Bot.
to see the underside.
So that was Z-Bot that went gaseous.
If I
As
could
we-
stab
As we arrive towards the afternoon period, it's just kind of afternoon. You guys are free to go for lunch and gain the benefits of a short rest. The party is able to meet up per pre-arranged plans, since you are all aware the gauntlets rise this afternoon,
Yeah.
and are able to meet up presumably in the nest. Since most of you are already there, it would just require Lou and Gwent to arrive, with potentially any allies.
If they want to turn up as well.
Who did I send with you? Did I send anyone? I No.
Lucas went with.
Yeah, Lucas is with me.
Lou. Abby, I think, went off on their own. Was it into town as well? I know there was another NPC with us.
I thought
but
Abby
can't
went
remember.
with Alvina.
No.
No?
No, because Alvina got lured in by that nice.
No, she came in
whistle.
for breakfast, but I don't think she went with anyone because I'm trying to just stick to one NPC per session to give them more focus.
Fair enough. Yeah, I thought we had someone that went with the like more main group, but I can't remember who. Honestly.
No, I don't think anyone did.
Did
I
no
think
one?
we interacted with a clerk, but apart from that.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
also went with Lucas. Jones will eventually get more spotlight, but it's because Jones is heavily tied into the dungeon that I'm still building out, so we'll be
Okay.
with you for all of that instead.
We'll get to him.
We'll get to him. He has a particular storyline that just hasn't come up with what you guys are focusing on right now. Whereas Lucas's storyline is more to do with the rebellion, like Abigail, so it makes more sense for them both to be
The
more involved.
resistance.
Did Abby might have gone to the farm to get that sorted out a bit more. That might have been it. I'm remembering something happened with Abby.
Oh yeah, that might have been it. Yeah.
Yeah, that would ring a bell.
Yes, whereabouts do you guys did you have a place in mind for your prearranged meeting, or did you just want me like by the fountain in the center of the market?
It'd probably be like some food place that Alvina went, oh, I want to go there at some point. And they went, tomorrow.
I want to go get that salad from Fabio.
Yeah, I mean the fountain in the
What, that
centre
salad?
is probably like a good center place.
Fabio's all the way back in the thingy, so you'd have to take a train ride back to him.
That's not that good salad.
Yeah, you guys can stay in the nest for now, because it makes no sense to go back and then come back for the gauntlet.
Also, the rest of us went for the salad at one point, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's when I was off trying to rescue Fuck
What?
You.
Was it? Oh.
Yep.
Then Gwen
Yeah.
had his moment with Fabio.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
We can
Gwen's
have
going to turn up
flowers.
at the fountain with some flowers. Just like paraded in.
Rated in your main.
There is
Yep.
no chance in hell that Alvina's not like at a cafe table with like some food in front of us when Gwen shows up.
Let's see. There's no requirement for any order. Does anyone particularly want a particular ordering to certain groups meeting up, or are you all happy if just everyone conveniently arrives in the same place? It's mostly if you wanted to dive into a piece of conversation with a particular group without the other group having arrived yet.
I'm not too bothered. I just like the concept of Alvina being there first, but just like see everyone else turn up just because she's already got like a plate of food seems funny to me. That's the only thing I've got. So...
We would have told the rest of the party that he did a good deed.
Hey, nice. What'd you
He
do?
helped this little shopkeep.
Yes. How? Did you move some boxes?
That was it.
I helped a shopkeeper. Cool.
There was
Ow.
two guys harassing this shopkeep.
And you killed
I saw this and I made one of them laugh uncontrollably and went over to his friend and asked if he needed help. They were very confused by this and left.
And the rest of you
Spoke to the
also
nice
arrive.
Shopkeep.
Nice.
So you all find yourself
D-Bot, go back
in
to the ship.
market square. Alvina is sitting at one of those little pop-up tent stalls. Alvina, any particular preference cuisine from the stall? You got noodle bar, some sort of chicken place. What do you want? Kebab place?
Ooh. Oh, kebab sounds good. I have a kebab.
I really should have eaten dinner before tonight. Anyway,
Before tonight, yeah, you should have eaten. You should have eaten today.
I mean, I may have ordered.
D-Bot, you go back to the ship. You mean Randy?
Who
the
hell
fuck
is
named my boss?
Randy? Who the hell is Randy?
That's Randy. I
The
named
point-
him.
The
He
point
didn't have a name,
points.
apparently.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Alvina
Wait,
just
it
goes,
was
"What?"
Z-Bot.
Randy, please go back to the ship. You're needed there.
Do we have to call him Randy?
Yes, that's his name now.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
So I like how the canonical reason that Randy went with them like in game is because Zormir was busy working on something, but that's literally the point of Z-Bot is to be there while Zormir works in case they pass out.
Yep.
So you create a safety net and then sent the safety net away.
The safety net left.
See, this
And
I
this
is
is
had
not
the
a
safety
very
net.
good
I had the safety net of Gwen at that point. Gwen would've-
Gwen was barricaded in his room.
Yeah, there's the thing you've got this great thing called friends now. You don't
Yeah.
need a robot to make sure you don't die in your own bedroom.
Randy can look after the dragons now. And since they can go into sentinel mode and just sit there.
He is.
I am
going-
done looking after those little shits.
They were asleep all day.
Sure, they were
Yes,
asleep all
but
day.
they
They're gonna be for most of the
burn
week.
things in the sleep.
That's why they're in a fireplace room.
Yeah.
As a reminder, this district's specialty is a Phoenix Burger that you may purchase for 25 gold for an effect,
Yeah, what was the
since you have not had it today. The effect is that you gain temporary hit points equal to 3 times your proficiency bonus and advantage on saves made against the frightened condition.
I would like one of those actually, because I'm going to go the Gauntlet Round. Also, hilariously, apparently I have Phoenix Burger written down in one of my ability slots now, so I'm definitely banking on getting it. See, I will shell out the 25 gold for a Phoenix Burger, as well as the kebab. I've just finished my starter, which is a full kebab meal.
Randy turns into a bird and flies off.
So what's the plan for today? What thing
we're
are you doing?
We're going to the Gauntlet Ration of that obstacle course. You wanted to be in it, didn't you?
I
Is
thought
it
they
the
were
fighting
wanting in the
one or is it
band.
the
Which,
running one?
Which for the players note, this is like the main event of this session. So if you're not partaking, you better be really comfortable making commentary on it.
I
Yeah,
assume
I'm gonna
point.
get,
I have no spell slots,
Phoenix
so
Burger as well.
From my understanding,
You
having,
can still participate with cantrips and whatever else
Yeah.
you've got. It's mostly for fun.
Oh,
having,
yeah.
having
Oh,
seen having seen a little bit of the map, this is the closest to the running one, I think. But it's
Oh.
like a bit of everything.
Oh, it's a
not-
running one. It's just you're running vertically.
Yeah, it's not all running, but it has running, so you'll be
Oh,
good.
if it's
And you
running
can't run
up
up
and
close.
going, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can run.
Is something
Yeah, that's
up
why I
with
was
the-
like, I'm pretty sure Gwent was like down to do this as well. Like, I mean, it's like, oh, go, why not?
Is there
bit of-
something up with the point and the our goblin? They look a little white. Or
Can't
blue,
just
I
say,
don't know.
We had our magic drained.
Oh,
Um,
what the hell did you do?
You know, just a little mana bomb. It's fine.
yeah. Yeah. Point bots
yeah,
need
no,
to
we get
we
more-
went to see the golem guys. They told me what yellow does.
Okay, tell me.
I'm gonna get some water while you guys chat. Be
I
back.
tell
Yeah,
Zormir what yellow does because I've forgotten. It's good for making hybrids. That was it.
Oh yeah, it
it's
just
just good for
reinforces
combining
what
effects.
Zormir already knows. That Drag already told you.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you have now
okay.
confirmation it isn't just like an aboleth
That
lie.
wasn't bullshitting.
Cool.
Oh, by the way, I got us a job.
What do you mean you got us a job?
Well, I found
Haven't
out
we
where...
already-
I found there's another job. Get it? I found out where
It
the...
rolls down the notes of how many things we've got to do.
I found out where the Oni King went.
Oh God, that's
Yeah.
already on here, so that doesn't
Oh yeah,
count.
I know. I found where he is, and I have to go and fetch a Goliath I just met today. He's gonna let me join a.
You can find out where the one that we put some of my propellers in. We can maybe find them.
That wasn't mentioned, I don't think.
Oh,
Oh, the food.
Well, the king was, so he probably knows. But if we do
Good.
that,
We'll beat it out of him.
Yeah, there's this Goliath that wants to come along to basically make sure, because I've got this card now, and I hold up this like a black credit card that says Wrecking Forge, like
What?
Wrecking Forge
What?
Society Initiate.
Really
on the
hell.
front. And
That's very vague.
it's
What
to
the hell's a
join. I don't know. It's it's apparently some sort of secret society or something. I don't know. Or it's some guy who owns
Why are you
shops
telling
and
us?
I look at Lou. Is it a cult?
Yes,
I don't
no.
know. I wasn't there.
I mean, I assume you know cults.
Yeah.
Does it feel
Yes.
culty to you?
It's too
It's
shiny
shrouded
for
in
any cult
secrecy,
that I.
so maybe.
It's too shiny a
We're
business
not
card.
advertising.
It's too shiny a business card. Their advertising
You
was
see-
like this weird brain charm thing that I ignored.
Dude, where's your cult regalia then? Let's compare.
I've seen Lou's cult regalia. It's way shabbier.
That's not very nice.
Respect.
Plus, Lou, you are well aware that cults are not exclusive. If they were looking to sign up, they would have been signed up on the spot.
Because I'm reforming.
No, I meant like you're aware this clearly isn't a cult, because if they were a cult, Alvina would already be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he apparently is good at getting primordial stuff. Like he says if I do this, I might be able to get me upgrade for my belt. So honestly, sounds like fun. So why not?
You need that belt upgraded? I thought we didn't used to use giant parts to upgrade things like that.
Well, it was a cloud giant Goliath talking to me.
What, you gonna use his toenails?
I don't know. He said he could probably get me an upgrade for the belt if I'm in their society. So
Okay.
I assume they've got something.
Well, as long
Really
as
cool. It was a great museum. You actually
Don't
have
question
crabs
their
and stuff.
agents.
I don't know.
There was a really cool museum. We should go there sometime again. I'm gonna go pick him. You go with me. He wants to come along so we can observe and make sure that we actually do the job. So
Yeah,
Go
I
with
don't
that.
care as long as we deal with that problem.
yeah. Oh, also we
Plus, we
did
can
already
get
talk about needing the astral sails, right?
Yes, I've ordered them. I
Thought
put
you-
a couple orders in for the things. That's why Zbot's been sent back. He's also waiting for the
Delivery.
installation. Ah.
Mm.
I'm just coming to make sure you don't die in my absence.
Always helpful.
That's usually Gwent's job, sorry.
Well, Gwen's here.
Yes,
Gwen
but
will also be in the race. So.
I also made sure. What? Also
Oh,
getting
it's just
Gwent
a
out
race,
of the
it should be
room.
Fine.
Also getting Gwent out of the room was a bit difficult.
They didn't come with you.
There's an owl bear outside my door.
That's
and
not
I-
on me.
Oh,
That's the point. That's the point.
if Angel does that, tell her to go back into the animal hold. She'll listen to you 3 times out of 10.
I've never seen her in the animal hold. I always put her in the cat bed we made.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's her sleepy base.
Yeah, she seems to be quite happy with that.
Just giving you a dead ass stare, like.
Likes eggs.
Not that one.
She likes
I
chicken.
mean, what egg?
No, she likes chicken eggs. That's why I've been learning to lure her in there.
I sidle up to,
I mean, isn't that
up to Gwent and say, I'll install another door for you to get out without being near
No.
them.
No, she's not a chicken. Angel's not a chicken.
I'm not saying it anywhere loud enough for you to hear.
Wait, we're having
This-
a completely different conversation.
Yeah.
Like, so before I go to bed at night, I need to take an egg with me from the kitchen and just
Yeah, we've
leave
got
it in my
plenty.
room.
We've got plenty. It's the emergency egg.
Just always carry an egg. They're good for trying times.
A boiled egg or raw egg?
I've been giving her
She eats
raw
so
eggs.
quickly, I don't think she cares.
Is
I've been
anyone
giv-
going?
Yeah, I've been giving her raw eggs, but she probably would eat boiled eggs as well.
Is anyone going to go to the shops and buy some more rations to upgrade to actually put into our stores? We just keep on eating and not replenishing.
I mean, we should probably get some chickens or something then if we're going to keep feeding eggs to the outbed.
That's a good.
And
why
then
we,
we have.
why are we keeping the chickens?
In with the dragons, because they can cook them afterwards.
I know, but then we would run out of eggs very quickly if we keep chickens in the monster hole.
And if I know anything about chickens, one of
Why
them
are
will
you-
become the alpha dragon.
What?
Oh,
Why are you
What?
trying to turn my ship into a zoo
no,
again?
this
Oh,
one's
we're
for
turning into a
this one's
farm
for
now.
this one's for Gwent's survival. I think at least one chicken is probably a good bet for Gwent's survival. Or
Gwent,
at
would
least
you like
just
it?
lack of therapy.
Get
Would
some
you like a
mushrooms
therapy chicken,
ordered.
apparently?
Gwent,
I
would you
think-
like?
Emotional support chicken.
We get Gwent a pet chicken.
Also doubles as
I will
emergency
honestly look
rations.
into it later.
I believe all of you really do need therapy, and I'm quite frankly feel like I'm not
I'm-
quite up to the job anymore to deal with you as a psychiatrist. You're all
I'm-
bloody insane.
I'm fine. All the little fire animals that we got from the flying ship give me therapy every evening, and we have nice conversations.
Mm-hmm. Good for you. Note to self. There is no note to self.
You know yourself. Just a sigh. For myself, I believe Alvina can actually like talk to animals, so it's entirely possible she genuinely does.
The note to self is just an internal scream right now. Okay, so who's all taking part? Apparently these two are drained. So are you two on commentary with the announcer bot this time?
I mean,
Again.
still probably do it, but
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I mean, it's
Honestly,
Not participate.
I'm kind of down to see what fuck you does without spell slots to like interfere in this race. It's entirely possible you just run interference by throwing knives at people.
Okay, what do I have that I can cast on you? I mean, I could give you spider climb like Gwent, but
no, that'd be fun.
let's see. Do I have it prepared?
Just running up and stabbing people.
I might need an hour.
Well, it's in an hour.
Okay.
So be quick about it.
Okay.
But yes, we've got some more work to do. Also, they said there's no like immediate rush on the go deal with the Oni King thing. It's just we know where he is at the moment. So I suppose if we leave it too long, he might bugger off. But he's apparently being some sort of criminal kingpin there. So honestly, it's doing everyone a lot of good.
Okay. Fair enough, but I would rather we deal with him this time.
Same.
I mean,
I thought we dealt with him last time, but good to know.
I mean, getting some more pure gold Arcanite wouldn't go amiss as well.
Also, you never, he might have the giant there, right?
Also, Gwent, you could rub it into him that you got his crown.
I think that might make him angrier. If
Well,
that
yeah,
was
I'm
possible.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he's already gonna be pretty mad when he sees us.
Yeah, but
He might
we
take
had
it
a-
But when
personally.
you
He might
find
take it
out
personally at that
that
point.
one of us has got his crown, he's going to be even more pissed.
Yes, but Gwent can
And he's
move
going to go for Gwent first.
incredibly fast, and then we'll get in the way.
So, did you just say he's going to go for me first? Because I think I've got a serious
Yeah,
cough
if he sees
coming
you
up.
got
It's
his
got the flu.
Wait, I've got an idea. This will be fun.
I know. We do it, but we convince him that Alvina's got the crown.
I was literally thinking, is he making me a fake crown?
Is that better for you?
Actually, can
I
we get
think
two
giving
fake?
Alvina a crown is a huge mistake on so many levels.
Yeah, okay, how about we make 2 extra crowns? We have put one on Zormir, one on me. So he's got 1 in 3 chance of going for you.
Or,
Yes,
and I just pull my hood up over the crown. Ta-da!
He probably had recognized the fact that you have the crown anyway. On account of you had the crown in front of him last time.
Well,
And
we
you're
can-
the only
So,
one
yeah,
of
then-
us with 4 legs.
To be fair, I'm not sure he saw me because I banished myself.
did banish you.
Yeah.
Possibly.
He did try to kill you a bit first, and then you banished yourself. To be
He
fair,
tried to kill everybody. That's.
I know, but you nicked his
You're not
crown. so he-
special.
He took it.
Also, Chris, what was this meal costing again?
What?
The specialty meal that you posted in the Rotary chat.
The Phoenix Burger.
Phoenix Burger.
Thank you, Healing and a Harm, for the follow. It's greatly appreciated, bud. Cheers.
25, go.
He's gonna try haggle again.
God damn it! I've already
I'm,
bought mine and eaten mine. I'm not part of this.
I'm just going to pay and I'm going to move on with my
You
life.
do, you fail, nobody finds it entertaining enough to spend time on it.
I'm
Just the
thinking
point has been made.
25.
Oh, you also going in, Lou? This will be fun.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
It's 12 10 hit points, 1 advantage on fear, I believe, basically.
Against frightened.
Yeah.
There's no chance none of you didn't suggest. Hey, do you want one of these? So I'm getting one as well.
Absolutely, yeah. He's like, hey, boy, do you want one? They're good. You just see Alvin, like, an egg, and things just dripping from Alvin.
Because I still have
Your-
demonic compulsion to get whatever food someone asks me to have.
Oh, forgot about that. You are going to die. I've just realized because of that.
I'll give you like trying to get some money back whilst eating.
I've just realized Alvina pretty much always offers food that she's like eating to people.
Mhm.
What is
Well,
going to
then-
explode?
I also have
This
resistance
point's
to
gonna be
bad food.
gluttonous.
How much gold are you giving them? And I'm gonna put in the difference to stop when you're not looking. I'm just gonna go point somewhere else and then just hand them the rest of the gold. How much
No.
do you want?
Knowing fuck you, he probably like gives them the money and then haggles to try and get it back,
Oh,
just
yeah.
unsuccessfully.
Fair enough. What was it? How much was the? What does it
25.
cost? 25.
They're pricey, but my god, are they useful? So.
I'll give them another 25 just to stop, just in case he ever comes. Yeah, just in case he ever comes back. I don't care. Just let him feel like he won.
Alright, so as Zormir
There's a-
free
Prepaid for one.
loads some burgers for Fukyu to haggle on. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss over lunch before you head off to the Colosseum and start preparing for the Gauntlet's Rise?
Um,
I think that's all
I'm-
we.
I'm basically just gonna wait until the last second so I can cast Spider Climb on the little goblin shit and just hang out and watch from the crowd, basically. Or at least stand in the commentary box.
I do still have some spells. I just remembered.
Weren't they drained from your
Oh,
items as
oh,
well?
My
All your
spell
magic
slots- My spell slots were, but the charges from my spell slots weren't. From my magic items weren't. Because I did ask that.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah,
They
they
only
would just
get
be
they
powered
only
for a
they only
little. They were
deactivate for a
deactivated.
certain time. They don't actually drain
Yeah.
charges.
So you have
I
the
still
polymorph and they got my
Um,
god. You could just fly.
Same for like rings of storing, which makes them actually quite useful if you have to go against somebody who is used to like mana bombing. So FYI, rings of storing, good technical advantage there.
No, I was literally going to ask actually if a ring of storing just exploded with the spell. Does it cast the spell automatically when it goes? But nice. Nice to know.
Oh, you got a mixture of spells in there.
Just boom.
I mean,
That could be bad.
most of
Meteor
the
swarm.
time in the, after the mana bomb in the gnomes, probably would have been just putting stuff back into his bag.
Oh shit, yeah.
If it depowered the bag of holding, everything would have just poured out.
I don't think a bag of holding pours out when it's deactivated.
Oh no, because it's a pocket dimension, so you wouldn't be able
Yeah,
to get
just-
anything out of it.
Yeah, you just lose access to it, which has its
Yeah.
own problems.
Yeah, it closes the portal for like an indeterminate amount of time. It was like an hour or something, wasn't it?
I'll also replenish the spell storing on Gwent Spider Climbs as well.
Mercy.
Gwen has a very good chance of winning.
Yeah, I was curious if there's an official thing, and yeah, you can't access the contents. The contents remain safely in the void.
Yeah. I think the way that would destroy it would be if the mana bomb went into it.
You can also just tear open a bag of holding. Like, you can destroy a bag of holding.
Mm.
It's not indestructible.
It's a bag.
Alrighty then, are we all ready for the Colosseum?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I have no idea. This is effectively a giant skill challenge-esque thing, rather than necessarily a combat. And also a bunch of other participants, so I have no idea how long or how fluidly this is going to go. But let's find out. So, as we'll remember, as you all make your way to the Colosseum, you see before you the preparation stage as you look up at this lovely map. Isn't this beautiful?
Yep.
If only the DM had more time to do more stuff. Oh wait, he did!
Yes! I was like, you knew this was coming. I assumed there's something. Hell yeah.
Oh, the victory star. I want it.
I also love I still love the people here. I think as DR hasn't actually seen them. Just have a gander at the other participants that we've got here. Go ahead.
Wait.
Look at the glory. Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Alien. Oh, there's one of Lou's lot down there.
I also said that, I think. There's also alien and yellow alien.
Yeah, you get alien yellow, you know. So as all those participating, I think it did have a price to participate, but I think it was like a gold or something just to keep the riffraff out, or to keep those who aren't serious out.
I actually think Alvina and Gwen paid up front, actually, because we were like, we're down, we're doing.
Yeah, you guys are at the stage where one goes kind of neglectable.
Yeah.
So,
Pay 25 gold for a burger.
exactly. It goes to a good cause. It goes to funding the rebellion.
And it's a good burger. It's got rock eggs in it. Which Alvina just randomly went, these rock eggs, and they went, how the hell did you know that?
I have a very fine palate.
I've eaten everything before.
So, as those who are participating, go ahead and place your minis on the map.
Mini.
Along on level 1, along with the rest of the NPCs. We are, for the skill challenge, going to go effectively in combat order, or if I remember what the hell the turn order was. There we go.
Can I have myself increasing to not be baby Alvina? As funny as it is for baby Alvina to be running around.
Where is baby Alvina on the map?
Right next to baby Gwent.
Yeah.
You're not that much smaller than everyone else. Oh, I gotta switch to the actual.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm looking for the giant point to spawn in. Because he always
Tiny
is.
Lou.
No, I'm tiny.
Oh, you're actually tiny. You've become one of us. Finally.
I'm starting in the stands though, so.
Apparently, where I put myself off the map on a different layer.
I
You
actually,
have a different layer.
I can't grab you.
I can't grab me either.
Wait,
Okay.
Zolmir is
found-
part of the course.
I'm part of the floor.
Yes.
And we'll
me.
yeah, we'll put commentary stands up by the start with the point. Oh work. We'll get into the sleigh adjustments in a second. He has already put it on the map. All right, is that everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. You can be over here. All right. So, as you effectively split up those participating, going through the participants' entryway, you fill out the standard liability waivers and are thingy through to some preparation rooms. You are reiterated the rules of the contest, which is you cannot use large distance teleportation.
You can do this, little goblin boy.
Short-term teleportation is fine. You can teleport 30 feet. You can even teleport 60 feet, but anything above 60 feet is considered a no-go. And there are control Arcanite rods set throughout the the towering Colosseum that will prevent activation of such spells.
No dimension door.
There
No
are
dimension door.
dimensions.
Not for the 500 feet, no.
Yeah, so is it just teleporting or does it also stop flying as well?
Nope, flying's fine.
Can we set
I'm
any
assuming there are other things that are going to
buffs
be a hazard for
beforehand?
flying is the bit.
What was that, Gwen?
Can we put any buffs on beforehand?
Yeah, I
technically-
don't see why not.
I technically just buffed the goblin as he walked in because
We had burgers. I assume that it's part of like just warm up essentially, just get ready.
Yeah, assume that you can self buff yourself whatever you want, but assume there is like a 10-minute kind of prep turnaround. Actually, probably more like half an hour given how big an event this is. So that if other people are buffing you, just be aware of any like short-term effects will have depleted unless they're with you. So, for example, if Zormir at the point is buffing anyone, there is a time limit. Just for like the half an hour of getting you all in, kind of getting you signed out, getting you to the prep room, giving you some time while they see all the audience, blah 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 blah. Standard event management.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but these two are an hour, so I'm good.
Alvin is limbering up.
either claims a concentration for an hour.
Yeah, but freedom of movement isn't.
Mhm.
I'm also going to. If I can get.
I was meaning more for fuck you when me casting that on.
But isn't it your concentration?
Yep.
So as long as you don't drop it. Oh,
That's the
you
reason
can
I'm
drop it for
staying.
comedy.
That's
We'll
the
wait
main reason I-
somewhere.
Also,
I think it
I'll
also
stay.
might drop if the target goes unconscious.
Mhm.
So fuck you just gets like hit by a meteor in midair or something.
It's possible.
Easy to update.
Alvina's basically gonna do, you know the thing that athletes do with the talcum powder when they're about to like pick up weights
Oh,
and
yeah.
things? She's doing that with red arcanite.
Putting red arcanite dust on it. It's chalk powder.
Yeah. It runs it through her hair. Crackle of flame, she's going back.
I mean, that's what rock climbers do as well. You get the
Yeah, that's what I'm
target.
like, it makes sense, right? Man, I'm wishing I had athlete. It's one of the feats I'm gonna pick up, just not even next level.
I'm
It's
just
one of the
waiting.
two I was debating, but the other one's too fluffy.
I'm just waiting for this start and went. God.
Gwen gone. fuck you turns into like Great Eagle or something, just flying. That's what I'm expecting.
I'm just waiting to go into the tubes at the beginning, like in Hunger Games.
Like Alvina's honestly not even particularly bothered about winning. She'd like to win, but she's not like counting on it. She just wanted to have just a good time on. So.
See here, where did I put the list of everyone's initiative? Okay, just that way I know where people are going.
I like the star at the top. I'm looking forward to finding what those are.
Like the actual star or the crystals? Because the actual star is just a victory condition.
Oh, I thought there was an actual like Mario star just sitting at the top, but it's gonna like ping when we get to the top of it.
Whoever gets there gets invincibility and then go and destroy everyone
Kill
else.
the other.
The elves.
It's a me.
It's
a me!
No.
No, it's a me. Fuck you.
Fuck you!
I just said so wrong. It's a me. Fuck you.
No, it's we've already said that in public at the moment. Fuck you's Monica, remember?
Yeah.
It's a me, Monica.
It's me, Monica.
Somehow more disturbing.
Yeah, it's great.
Wait, so it's Randy and Monica strutting around town.
Randy's
Oh,
Monica.
yeah.
It sounds like the start of a sitcom.
It really
What
does.
what buffs did Zormir and the point do, by the way, if any?
I didn't do any.
I
Wait,
buff
on.
with Spider Climb.
Points
So-
out of buff.
So they've got about half an hour of Spider Climb if they're got on.
Yeah,
Okay.
point 8 their own burger because you need to have one of these burgers. They're just really good.
It's just, mwah.
I'm trying to think of the rules of the tournament. Mostly because anything I apply to you guys has to be applied to the NPCs, and I don't really want to deal with the idea of the NPCs having outside influences buff them with just whatever. I might put a restriction on external buffs, so you walk through some like dispelling doors or something,
That's fair.
just to make
Damn
the
doors.
tournament make more sense in world.
There's like a concentration breaker just field on the outside, like over in between the stands and things. So it's like you can't just it doesn't work through there. Just 7.
Yeah, and there's already cannon dispel gates, so that's fine. I was more just thinking, is there any story benefit to not doing that? But then I could just have every NPC just literally be buffed from the outside, which wouldn't be as flavorful or fun. So yeah, as you are prepping, as you are getting ready, you are going to walk through some dispelling gates that prevent outside concentration spells on you. I will allow any class features, so like inspiration or anything is fine because it'll tend to have a shorter time limit. But any magical effects that aren't like already on your weapons or something, so like enhanced weapons are fine. But anything like somebody else casting fire on you or somebody else casting invisibility on you, will get dispelled as you're going through the gates.
Can we have it that they don't know? Or I'll know, but he won't.
Yeah, I was really planning on fuck who has no idea that it is in effect.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I will bardically inspire Gwent and also just give fuck you just a small rock. And we'll.
What was the time duration?
Charisma rock.
Yeah, Bardic Inspiration only lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, Bardic Inspiration only 10 minutes. Okay, so that's not worth it.
Yeah, so it'll be gone once
the
you get
small rock
started.
is indefinite, but I can only have 4 of them at a time.
That's fair.
And,
It's a good luck stone.
It's just a rock.
so it can't be activated.
Yeah, but the point
It's a rock that
is
looks like an oil
fuck
slick.
you.
I have
It's a good luck stone.
I have a question, GM.
Mhm.
During this amount of like half an hour, say, prep time, can Alvina sit there and commune with nature to just get a rough guess of each of the terrains that we're coming up to?
Yeah, that's fine. They also don't tend to change too much.
It basically, she's going to be asking just for terrain types, essentially, with commune with nature. The dragon just spawns and tells me what it's about. There's no like.
Yeah, I think we'll do like slight adjustments. Yeah, ask your. I think you got 3 questions, right?
Yeah. I've got to find the spell again. Okay. Gain knowledge up to 3 facts of your choice of following subjects related to the area, which is in here. Yeah, each of the ones that is. I can count buildings apparently, but I'm assuming we're in a building. Would it be like per floor? I can ask one question of, or would it be? I'd get ideas for the whole thing.
I feel like the way the spell would work, it wouldn't really classify per layer, so it would be answers that apply to the whole area, since the area counts as one terrain effectively.
Okay. I will basically be asking, yeah, the one question that really matters. Can you locate to me, hazardous terrain in the upcoming? Because basically it just pinpoint them for me. Give you a rough
Yes.
idea what they are.
All 7 layers.
It does give me a rough idea of what they are, I think.
I mean, I assume the illustrations gave an indication.
Yep. You'll get pretty good as you walk through. You get images of as just like you're visioning a nearby area. I imagine it's kind of like sonar. You get little pings of danger, but without like the context of the surrounding area.
Okay.
So
Really
you're
intrigued
just
about level 3.
as you look out, your sonar just pings with like 50 red dots ahead of you. As you get images of quicksand and like sand traps, shifting pillars, what appears to be intense amount of heat, squeezing and wrapping vines, acid traps, lightning, slippery, icy slopes, acid pools, freezing and nitrogen pools, and heavy gravitational fields.
Oh, nice!
Oh no.
I'll be
Regretting my choice.
Reverse
I'll be
gravity,
just thinking, it's like,
ready.
cool, nice, like it. Yeah, she's basically just, like getting a rough idea of what's up there. So that's basically just what her questions are gonna be. I don't think I really need another one. Are there any extra planar things? Because I've got two more in here.
Not in terms of creatures, no.
No, as in, is there any influence? It says that there's any influence from other planes of existence, not from creatures, just any influence.
This is all kind of artificially made, so I'm gonna say no, not in the sense of the spell wants it to be.
Yep. No, that's exact. That helps.
Like,
There's no
you're
just
fine.
void tear that they've opened up here.
Oh yeah. No.
And the last one, it's the other one I can imagine as oh. You said wrapping vines, right?
Yeah.
What kind of plants? Because I can ask for types of plant as well. That's my third question.
Vine.
Is it just vines? Like, not like attached to any just carnivorous thing that's gonna drag them, just wrapping vines, basically?
Yeah, there aren't any creatures on the map, so it is.
They just come out of the ground like.
Well, it's technically hanging in midair.
Yeah. I'm fine with
So
that.
it's not even coming out of the ground. Yeah, they just have plant type. They're not even technically a type because they're not a creature. They're just an object.
Cool. Yeah,
magical.
That's my one.
I'll get to the players entering the arena and what the rest of you are doing to prepare wise. Zormir and the point, as you are coming in the audience perspective and are buying your ticket, the person at the front desk looks up, kind of takes a second to. I assume you guys are also buying tickets together.
Yeah, I assume so.
You haven't like just split up and be like, oh no, I can't be seen hanging out with that person.
No.
The person lingers and kind of stares at the both of you as if they're trying to think of something before suddenly, or after a couple seconds, asking, "You wouldn't by any chance happen to be a?" He kind of looks down, kind of flips a paper on his clipboard. A Dr. Zormir and the point is the a suffix?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, up to you. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I have your reserved tickets here.
Oh.
Yeah.
As he reaches under and prepares 2 tickets that have been set aside for you.
Oh,
Thank
lovely.
you.
Very
Do you know
close
why
to
we
the
have
action.
I was just asked to provide the preserved tickets if you arrived. I assume someone in management set them aside for you. You aren't like with press or anything, are you?
Oh, I wish I was. In
Well,
that
he's
the
out.
press would be interested in me, though I am not with the press.
He's always trying to promote himself.
How many point doppelgangers are currently around?
Oh god. And I'm just seeing if there's any one of the NPCs that we can argue is a point doppelganger who happens to be in there.
The artillerists, maybe.
Yes, I've got like 20 of these set aside.
Oh.
Have a lovely day.
Thank you. Are we?
Thank you.
We did say we were interested in joining. I assume the boss person may have done it.
We
Also
go-
wants to specifically talk to us in this situation.
Go wherever they hand the tickets and see what happens after we hand their tickets.
Yes, as you hand them over, you're directed to what appears to be a side entrance that they're not directing anyone else through. That appears to be a direct staircase up to the higher levels.
Oh, lovely.
And as you eventually get up to the
Box.
no, there wouldn't be a staircase. This is the VIP entrance. You step upon a elevation stone that lifts you up to the higher levels because they do have magic. They just don't have a lot of artificery, but they can still cast levitate on a stone.
They had it in the druid area as well. They had basically these. I imagine it's just those.
Oh no, that was a druid literally just rising the earth.
I mean, there was also the lifts in the
Iron Core.
Well, yes, but those are giants and they have giant magic. I'm typically talking about the Noids. They still have traditional magic. They can still cast spells on things and rise them. It just isn't quite as mass produced or commercialized as back in the main sphere.
Very
But
fancy.
you are elevated up to the 7th floor, where you find yourself sitting in a VIP box.
They seem to be giving us all the
Yeah.
treatment here.
Can't have us fighting our way to the commentary box if we're stuck in here.
Yep, and as you make your way into the entrance of the box, and there appears to be probably like 8 seats kind of lined up in a row overlooking a very clearly privileged vantage point of it. You have a direct look, as well as several personal screens hovering to the left and right off the box itself, displaying the areas that you wouldn't have a good look at just because of one layer is literally a thicket of vines. And as you kind of glance around, you notice that one of the central seats is occupied by none other than Mr. Darkside himself.
Ah,
At least you
Good
know.
evening.
I see only the 2 of you decided not to participate. Well, still, 2's company is better than I was possibly risking 0. Please take a seat. Take a seat.
Well, Alvina's too competitive not to take part.
She's the one who's the most chill about this, I think. She wants to compete. She doesn't care about winning.
I mean, fuck who's there to stab people. So.
I know. I kind of assume that you're the most competitive by the fact of you're gonna be the one who like grabs someone's head and like rides them to victory. You'll be the rat in the like Chinese zodiac myth.
fuck you doesn't need to win. He just needs everyone else
Everyone else
to lose.
to lose.
Oh, Point, keep an eye on the goblin when he tries to climb the wall first. I seem to have lost concentration on that spell. I'm not telling him.
Well, I'm hoping he uses my little gift appropriately.
Did you ever
Okay.
tell fuck you what it was? Or...
They're very minor magic
Yeah.
items. You'd be able to tell just from holding them.
What does it do?
So I've given fuck you a bunch of rocks enchanted with magical tinkering. One looks like an oil slick, one looks like an out of order sign, one just smells vaguely like burning, and one just has the Point's voice going, "Ooh, disqualified."
You give him a rock with mouth on it that says disqualified.
Yep.
Well,
An oil slick rock.
These are all illusory, by the way, so they have no actual effect other than tricking people.
Alright.
Like, oh shit,
Huh?
an oil slick. Gotta move.
Still, it might work.
Yeah. It's distraction.
if it buys you an extra second, that could get you to win. So
Yeah.
Uh,
Shit, there's burning up ahead. I gotta take a detour.
I'm more of a fighting type person rather than a race kind of person.
And I had a bit of an event earlier that means I'm not really in the competitive mood.
Well, the burger gave you a bit color back to your skin. You're not as pale.
Again, you can't just say that.
I'm sorry, but apparently draining magic is like draining something
Pigment.
pigment out of you as well.
Well,
It's something to note down for further research.
yeah.
Point
Is
goes,
it my
like-
tattoos getting less light when I've got less magic?
Point goes fully
Possibly, that could be it.
like point goes fully like monochrome.
Oh god.
I'm,
Oh yeah.
The point.
That's right,
The point
Randy
of
and
the
fuck you
sorcerer
would have
is the
seen-
anemic now.
Okay. I'll I'll message you about that.
Oh god, something happened. You just realised something happened last week.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So the point is permanently wearing glamour weave.
Oh
You would
yeah.
have seen what it
forgot
actually
about
looks
that.
like.
Yeah. Oh, your clothes were. It's a freaking mocap suit, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, it's a morph
I need to work
suit.
out what it actually
That's
is.
all it is.
Yeah.
It's like a green morph
Green
suit.
screen. That'd be amazing if it was actually.
I know what I'll do. I just
For an
tap.
hour as well. Point just
Atta-
strutting around in a green morph suit. New fashion.
Oh, Jesus, we got the same.
I'll think
looks
about what it
like
actually
a-
looks like and message it.
Book your
I'm
build there
gonna-
first.
I basically tap you on the shoulder and give you bear's endurance to make you look a bit more healthy as well.
Mm.
I feel
see,
fine.
that-
I just don't have magic.
You
yeah.
look ill. Take your medicine.
Look a lot better now. And that's
It's horrible.
Oh yeah,
It's better for you the worse it tastes.
So Amir is looking, you know, this isn't for your benefit, this is for my benefit. You are haunting right now.
You look so gone.
almost look green.
God, that's the worst color.
Gosh.
No offense, fuck you.
Like, this Alvina's clothing.
I don't care.
Yeah, I will minor illusion just myself in general. It looks very
That's
uncanny valley, but it looks more healthy.
You also get 6 temp hit points.
Okay.
Oh no, you've already got temp from
Yes,
eating the
I
burger,
would
so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you would have gained extra. You've got advantage on con saves.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys settle in, and you know you're in the VIP section, so a clerk comes by the booth offering if you'd like him to run down and grab you anything from the concession stand.
You can't resist the point.
I can't resist.
One of everything.
One of everything.
Holy. Hit
There's a
points.
slight paling of the skin of this clerk. as you
I'll
say
come with
that.
you to help me carry it if you.
It's
want.
one of
No,
the
no,
Normans.
no,
isn't
no.
it?
On my pride as a
Norman.
as a junior clerk of the rebellion.
Junior clerk. He's a newbie.
He's an
Holy-
intern.
Yeah.
Holy
It would
shit.
be
When-
it would
when
be
did
an
you get
honor
this?
to serve a guest of the Dark Phoenix himself.
When did you get the appetite of Alvina?
I don't know. It was just when I made that stew, just became really hungry.
Okay,
I imagine Alvin
I'm-
has been actively encouraging this bad habit that you've gained. You've been getting like, he's like, just 1 second. Good on you, point. Nice. You'll grow up.
I'm going to have to
Make it big and
do a
strong.
magical
Yeah.
scan of you or something, or get Gwen to do a magical scan of you. See if there's not been a black hole put into your stomach.
I'm fine.
Alvina's
I swear that's what. I swear
Alvina's
that's what Alvina's got.
Alvina's becoming infectious. It's contagious.
We always suspected. We
It's-
always suspected.
Yeah, it's contagious.
Personally, I recommend the cocoa shells. 1 bag, please. Yes, yes, Dark Phoenix.
Oh, might as well.
Went to like
I'll
that.
have some cocoa shells as well. I might as well see what they're like.
Yes, yes, of course. For a guest of the Dark Phoenix, anything. Yes. If that's all, two cocoa shells and 1 of everything. I'll be right back.
This person is so lucky Alvina's not in the stand. What would it be? 50 of everything. Bring me the stand!
I did offer to go and help. I wish Pointbot is also out of action at the moment, so I just said Pointbot as well.
I just heard a whisper to
Out
the
of
dark.
action's an understatement.
Couldn't you summon one of the other? Oh no, you've not got the spell slots. I'm about to say, couldn't you summon one of the other point bots? But I've got a spell slot to do that.
So also, Pointbot's a magic item. It's once per day.
Oh shit! I thought you had the spell. Fair enough.
But yeah, you guys settle in as your beverages will eventually arrive in due time. For the rest of the party, as you are in effectively the prep room, you can see Alvina's off to the side doing their strange nature sensing. What are the rest of you doing? Lou, what are you up to? How are you preparing for this grand tournament?
You can all see the spirit dragon, by the way, if anyone wants to go and ask her. You know what she's doing. So.
Just sort of like loosening up. Lou's not very dexy, but you know, you've seen like people limbering up, just trying to loosen himself up and make himself feel more like agile and nimble.
You got this, Lou. You got this. You're my favorite to win.
Very well.
Appreciate the confidence, Alvina.
Fukyu, what are you doing?
Sharpening my dagger.
Bucky is just eyeing up the rest of the competitors, just to see which one looks the weakest, which ones you can incapacitate the easiest.
There's a wizard next to us. Just
He's like in his 70s. He's hunched over. He has a cane.
It's easy, fuck you. Just take the Achilles out of everybody.
I mean, he's very good. He's just doing
It's gonna be that wizard from that one comic strip, which is like, I'm out of spells. Well, time to do this like the old days.
Yeah.
Just rips open his robe. He's
Strong
just
wizard.
built barbarian wizard.
It's like, oh, I have all magic slots. Like,
Yeah.
we'll do this the old-fashioned way. Rip this fuck.
All right. Gwen, what are you up to?
Oh, after seeing Lou doing some, imagine very much some like old man stretches. I'm just gonna like go up next to him and just start doing some like annoyingly flexible horse yoga. Just really stretching out.
Yoga.
Like
Is that
bending.
similar to goat yoga? Can you get another horse to stand on top of you?
How Dexy is Gwent, actually?
I mean, not Dexy at all.
Fair.
But
Are you fat?
does a lot of yoga for the anxiety, so is there for this. So just
More
a
the
lot of
breathing exercises,
deep
isn't it?
stretches.
As you all finish your preparations, cast your own self spells on yourself, warmed up any magic items that you need to. Yeah, you begin being ushered out onto a lawn of dark red sand. As you look across at the other end of the Colosseum, it is the same Colosseum as you were previously at, only this time the floor has been replaced by the sand basin. You can see several pillars 100 feet tall rising up into the air, and above you is a carnival of environmental effects, magic. You can see what appears to be floating through air, large, almost like meteoritic rocks with metallic ladders sticking out of it from either directions, just floating and banging against each other in the air above you over 100 feet up. Beyond that, there appears to be a ceiling of purplish and orange vines, just a literal Colosseum wall-to-wall roof of vines. Above that, who knows what else other than Alvina.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Gwen, just a heads up, I think at some point we're going to be running over ice. Yeah,
You don't want to Bambi that shit.
Don't break your legs, mate. Gonna be honest, it's not worth it.
Thinks back to poor grandma who broke the legs
Yeah,
and had to be put down. It's like,
glue factory.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, in order for the first round and starting whistle. Everyone who's participating, go ahead and roll me. You know what? Everyone roll me initiative, because that way I can just do key social commentary off your round as well.
What?
Damn! That's the best I've ever done on initiative.
Luke quite often rolls natural
I'm up
20s.
for this.
Look, those old
It's
man
the-
stretches
It's the
really
words of
paid off.
encouragement from Alvino.
Yeah, it's like, you're like, I've got odds on for you to win. You got this, buddy.
He's
Well,
gonna
you
snipe
obviously
the win somehow.
Lou was paying attention.
And that's the thing. Look, Lou is very evidently the underdog in this, which means they're gonna win. That's my thought. And that's Alvina's thinking. We're not sure how. She's not sure how he's gonna win, but she's convinced he's gonna win.
He's gonna roll the most biggest deception
PMA,
check ever.
Positive mental attitude.
Last
He'll
one
roll the-
alive.
He just
His
held
dimension-
back.
3, 4. Who am I missing here?
The sheer force of will, his dimension door goes through it, and he just bluffs his way through it.
Turns
Alvina's
out
not rolled. Oh, there it is.
I was the
did.
I
Yeah, I didn't
the
see
red
that.
19. Advantage on initiative at all times, which is very funny. I've just realised actually.
Wait, does everyone else have it, or does my sword only give me advantage on initiative if you point blank with me? I think it's only me, but I have to check. Yeah, only I have advantage. Okay.
You have double advantage on initiative.
It's on your person. All right, let's find some good competition music for the background.
I haven't got any music for this, but this is another one like the Power Ranger session. I'm gonna find some royalty free.
Okay, I got a list of the NPCs, stats, and initiative because they're just pre-rolled on my left. Got you guys up here. Oh wow, looks like amazingly Blue is going first. Interesting. As you guys all set up, each of the levels is 100 foot up. You can move around the map a little bit as you want, but most of it is going to be semi-flavor of the mine, and I'm just going to jump you up once you get to like the 100 foot mark of the next level. And mostly just put you next to people that you might be fighting against if you choose to try and take anyone out, or anyone decides that you're getting too far ahead. You are free to use whatever magic abilities you have or want. There is no rules. It is no rules bar. You can attack people. You can try and get rid of people. There is a stability field on the bottom of the arena, as well as you've been told a self-activating levitation catch. Or slow fall catch. So if you do fall down, you will be caught and you will be gently lowered into the sand, or stabilized if you are knocked unconscious. But you of course will be back at point 0 and will have to rise back up again. But knocking people down is always part of the fun.
I can't find it.
Banana skins it is.
But do be aware this is probably more of a marathon than a sprint, and that while your fellow contestants will be a danger, oftentimes nobody makes it to the end of these things simply because of the terrain effects knocking you out.
Yep.
Well, there was somebody in the gate that.
I also, while I'm doing this, let me pull up a couple effects I'm going to need for later on.
Who are the weird ones, I assume?
Just so I know what to make you roll when you get there. And finally, yeah, that one as well. I can pull these over here just so I have everything. Okay. So as you all get out on the sand and are preparing yourself, you can see your fellow contestants doing likewise. Up in the VIP booth, the attendant finally returns, hauling a massive, actually hauling like 3 bags of holding, as well as 2 cocoa shells that they hand out to, or 2 large kind of cinema-style boxes of cocoa shells to Zormir and Dr. Darkseid while they go over to point and just start hauling things out of the bags of holding.
Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely.
They will be there for quite a while.
Yeah, I feel like everything I get, I will open, take one bite, put to one side.
Luckily, you have 3 empty chairs to your left to just fill things up. For Zormir, as you're looking down at the cocoa shells, they look to be large M&Ms.
Alright.
Are they coloured as well? Or are we talking like minstrels?
Each one is flavoured like a different Arcanite.
Oh my god.
No, they are more like minstrels.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like the peanut M&M.
No, they are literally just, because they're cocoa shells, they're just chocolate in a hard shell.
Might as
So
well
I
get.
was thinking like coconut.
But Mr. Darkseid seems to love these things. He is just like throwing one back every 5 seconds.
I get that.
Might as well get a bit more comfortable. And doff most of his armor so we can sit back and relax.
Oh yes, I'm very rarely ever, attempted assassinate at these things. It should be quite safe.
It's very
Makes
rare.
Such a terrible vision of Zormi just unbuckling his pants and just pulling them down. Just to sit there.
Leaves his
sort of-
one leg
It's
out.
going to be this couch sitting on
It
this
kind of. It's more like the Spider-Man and Iron Man sort of thing where it just sort of retracts and
Okay.
fits. Rather
Yeah,
than
but
actually
there we
me
go.
unbuckling anything because it's doff. It basically is a quick don and doff because it only takes an action. It's not like a normal taking off proper armor for the artificer armor. So it's quick.
Given the chaos of yesterday's Phoenix combat, I'm looking forward to seeing what chaos your party ensues today.
Oh,
You and everybody
I'm sure.
else.
I think that's why a lot of this,
So am I.
particularly Elijah, to prepare for
and you might want to keep an eye on the the goblin or even Lou. I'm sure he's got some weird magic he can.
Well, we shall see. As the announcer comes on the radio, it's of course going to be our favorite announcer bot.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen and citizen of the Nest, welcome back to another day of exciting events here at the Coliseum. Today is the Guardians Rise, and we have returning favorites here to attempt once more the Rise, as well as new participants. In particular, the note of what do you guys call yourself? The Misfits?
The
from
Mis-
yesterday?
Yeah, it was the Misfits we were at for the...
Yesterday's surprise stars, the Misfits have returned to take on the Rise. Will today prove to be as entertaining? I sure hope so, and so do my sponsors.
My brain immediately went to just non-VPN. Not sponsored. For reference, but my brain just filled in the blank there entirely on its own.
Raid Shadow
Eagle
Legends. This one
appears.
it actually is raiding Shadow Legends.
No one wants to be sponsored by them.
With that, the starting whistle echoes out across the Coliseum. You can hear a roar of audience in anticipation as Lou Grimm, you are the first to act out of all the NPCs.
Out of sheer panic entirely possible. But
People
you did it.
kind of spread around the little barrier that was separating you from the rest of the lower arena evaporates, and you find yourself standing at the front on the hard plateau. What's interesting as you look around, all the rest of the participants have taken a step back, and you find yourself on the forefront, just nobody to your left and right as you're standing on the edge of the little hard platform that looks out over the sandy arena. What do you do, Lou?
That's a very good question.
What would you like to do, Lou?
Let's go gung ho, Lou. You got this. First into the fray.
I'm on top of one of the pillars, right?
No, you're on like a little hard platform. It's like a little stone platform at the edge. The nearest pillar is like it's supposed to be 120 kind of arena. The nearest pillar is probably like 50 feet away.
Well, I'll move myself 30 feet to the nearest pillar.
All right. And because you're looking out into what's effectively like a beach in front of you, like a sandy dune. Do you just start bolt running towards the pillar? Are you going to like jump into the sand to give it a test? What are you doing as you're standing on the precipice of this platform?
I'm just gonna bolt run it.
Gonna bolt run it? Let me just give a check here. Give me a dexterity-based athletics check.
Should be good.
I don't get the feeling this was the quicksand that I found out that there is.
Right, you found out there's quicksand?
Yes.
As you like glance back over your shoulder to have this conversation, you take one step into the sand as your foot drops a foot into it, and you find yourself tipping over and going face first into the sand, being knocked prone by the sand itself. The sand appears to be very loose sand, almost like you are out on the desert, and you've just kind of fallen through it without any spreading of the pressure of your feet. But you still have the rest of your turn. You've just been knocked prone in the sand, like a 5 foot from the platform. What would you like to do?
Stand
I
up.
would like to stretch my arms out as far as I can around me and press on the sand to see if it's just like certain bits that are loose and there's some solid bits, or if it's like all loose as far as I can reach.
This area, yeah, unless you're like going backwards where there is the platform, as you spread out to like in front of you to the left and right, it's all loose sand, at least in your immediate vicinity.
It was just to check whether it was just like dotted bits of loose sand.
But
Or if
it
was
does
just,
need
like,
to know
all-
this is just regular loose sand, like you would in a desert, or like a very loose part of the desert. You aren't sinking any further. You don't seem to have fallen into a sinkhole or anything.
Yeah.
You've just fallen into effectively airy sand.
I'll start swearing in Inferno.
Stand up, Lou.
I'm going to.
Well, that's
Oh,
this
wait,
question of Luke. How are you standing up?
Well, I'm going to attempt to stand up.
Because
Pulling
as you try and lift your other foot and kind of like place it on the surface of the sand and push down, your foot just goes right through the sand. To the point where it goes to a depth where you just can't actually like move it forward. You can lift it up out of the sand, but are unable, unless you want to do like very slow movement of one step at a time, unable to like push through the sand horizontally.
Would I be able to take my foot out and sort of like sniper crawl along?
He's commando go.
Yeah.
Swim, Lou.
You could attempt to, but it would be very slow and very exhausting. But unless you have any actions you want to do, obviously you should have your movement to kind of reorient yourself, because it has technically knocked you prone. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your action, or would you just like try and like dash very like slow movement through the sand? To note, this counts as effectively triple cost movement, so you'd only be able to get like 10, well, not even 10 foot because you technically went prone. You'd be able to move like move 5 foot this round, or like 10 foot if you dashed. Or I guess technically 15 foot if you dashed.
I'll do my best to dash the 10 feet.
Alright, you can get 15 feet towards one of the pillars, as the sound of the whistle is still echoing in people's ear. Alright, in terms of 19, I do think I prefer... we'll just have this happen simultaneously. Alvina, as we go to your turn, having watched Lou just already struggle straight out the gate, already seeing the problem of this terrain in front of you, a burst of smoke erupts to your left as the ninja vanishes. What would you like to do?
Awesome. Alvina's going to go... sand. She's going to ignite her feet with pyromancy and just take a... basically just tentative foot on top of the sand. Does it make enough of a foothold that I can sort of run because it's melting it into glass? Even if it's just very briefly.
Yes, I will give you advantage on the dexterity athletics check. Since you are having to be very careful of how you place and orient your feet here.
Yeah. So she's gonna do that basically. She's gonna be she's gonna make a run for the nearest village. How far did you say it was?
50 feet.
50 feet. I can almost. Actually, I can if I can dash. I can comfortably make that. And potentially get up the pillar somewhat. We'll see what the pillars are made of, guys. Yes, I'll do that.
Yeah,
advantage, but this is basically this is -2 from this because I'm just gonna roll athletics. So it's just -2 from these. 26.
No, yeah, 26. Especially with although hilarious, I think you would have failed out at the advantage. But thank you, still gotten the first one left.
Yeah.
Flavor-wise, the heating off your the pyromancy kind of solidifying the sand beneath you is giving you enough of a foothold that you are more comfortably able to dash across the sand. And as you reach the first pillar, you can see that there's almost like a very shallow shower of sand kind of raining down around the edges of the pillar. You have a bad premonition that the pillars might be made of the same material and substance as the rest of the sand around you. As you're dashing towards it and this occurs to you, what would you like to do? You are aware that your momentum is the only thing keeping you above sand right now.
Well, Alvina's going to actually do one thing, because she's got plenty. She's going to move slightly more movement than would be, because she's got 45 base movement, so she's got a little bit spare. She's going to just thrust her arm into the sand to see if the pillar's got something solid underneath it, or if it's all sand, or at least up until her arm.
You could try it. How to describe? There isn't anything solid in it, but the sand itself still has some substance to it. It isn't like you're just washing through it. It's more just if you try and grab it, it just falls down with it. But if you try and like swash your hand through it, you still kind of get that same resistance as you're wading through horizontally the other sand.
And
like trying to grab onto the sand, man.
Yeah, like you still kind of whack and feel some bludgeoning pressure, like 5 foot into, or even like a foot into the pillar, and aren't able to like sweep all the way through it. Just the resistance meeting you. But as you try and like grab any as like a foothold or like a handheld, the sand just like parts away. It's effectively the falling sand from Minecraft.
Okay.
Did you use your action yet, or did you just have the movement to get here?
I could get 5 feet of it, so I've had to use the action dash. So, Alvina's going to basically just leap up. They said 100 feet up, right?
Yep, they're 100 feet tall pillars.
She's gonna just try jump 20 feet of her move to get up there. And just try and superheat so she gets enough handhold, basically, to try and climb it.
Yeah, and as you kind of burn the sand around it, the problem is that the burned sand or the solidified sand is connected to loose sand.
Yeah.
So you just have like this glassing effect, solidifying glass around your. But you've eventually just made gauntlets as that sand is now begins to fall as well. And to be fair, with enough momentum, you may be able to climb up. But we'll get to that next round.
That's pretty much my thought. She's gonna get as high up as she can, and just. I don't need it to be solid for long. I just need it solid for get a foot and then another foot. It's just a little bit faster maybe than trying to swim up.
Well, we will see. As behind you, several things are happening. Fuku, you notice that the Rocketeer appears to be setting up some sort of contraption, cannon-like device on the platform itself. The Ranger has an animal companion that is able to help it fly as he kind of uses
Eagle.
Yeah.
Let's go with the eagle because they're strong enough to carry a person.
Trying using eagle to kind of like balance his weight as they're kind of skimming across the surface. Actually, we're 16. Just gotta do this in order. Yeah, and as we get to the yellow alien similarly begins setting up some sort of small device on the platform itself, clicks a button as springing out appears to be a UFO-shaped device that the yellow alien begins getting into. He's effectively summoned a vehicle. But the point, you're watching all of this happen as still the attendant is unhurling food from the bags of holding. What's your thoughts on all this?
I can take them out of the bags. You can go and do other things. It's fine. I can.
Oh no! I have to stay with the bags of holding. Do you know how expensive these are? I'm not allowed to leave these unattended.
Really? I could make those. Anyway,
I mean, it's 500 gold. That's like a year's worth of my salary. But okay, just show off.
Just help at least. And I will start.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It would be horrible customer service for me to possibly. Please sit, enjoy the show.
I don't know what possessed me to order all this. Let me help. It's all out.
No. You'd cause more problems than it's worth. Please just enjoy the food I've already. Just so long as you don't ask me for a particular food item in one of the non-dispensed bags. That's fine. That's the best you could do.
Okay, I'll do that. And I will just move one chair further down so I can look around the attendant to see what's going on.
Yeah, you look down on the arena itself. You're having to look down at the lower two levels via the personal screens to the left and right that with arcane eyes hovering over. One of them is currently focusing on Alvina as effectively the lead contestant, as they are just trying to, with their momentum, force climb a dropping pillar.
Boulder.
Good on her.
Is there anything else you'd like to do before we move on to the rest of the scene?
I'll see attendant one more time. Are you sure I can't help?
No, please.
I feel like it's gonna be every 2 seconds. Just
honestly, if you just stopped asking, that would be even better.
So, zipping mouth motion, throw away the key.
Thank you. Fuck you. It is your
Unzip
turn.
mouth, eat snack.
So, looking Avina and sinking into the sand.
Movia ran across it, but.
It loose sank a little.
And he also has a hearing that allows him to ignore different terrain. And so he's just going to run across the sand.
I'm curious if that works. Actually, that's kind of neat.
It's my familiar
You have a million Arcanite earring, I believe you.
It's magic. It does technically work on base sand stuff, so it's not like it's magic plan, it's just literally mechanics. I'll allow it.
Nice. Hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Get to 20 foot away from it. Get up to 20 foot. Still have 10 foot left. You go to try to run up the sand stream.
Fortunately, unless you've got some secret monk levels, doesn't your magic item doesn't seem to apply to climbing effects.
Well, he also thought that he still had spike.
Yeah. It's gonna Scrabble and it's like, why isn't this working?
He does think
I think you only had that for half an hour.
I know it just didn't work because it got cut off.
Yeah, they have it for an
okay.
extra half an hour. What's funny is, like, unbeknownst to Fukyu, because I'm sure Fukyu will blame it on the lack of spell, the spell also wouldn't work because of the way the shifting sands work, but
Mhm.
I doubt Fukyu would know that anyway.
probably not. But yeah, he'll.
So mate, it's broken.
he'll go to run it, be horizontal to the ground, and then just slam back into. Like, probably only got like a foot or something up on the ground. And then just boom, back down.
So
You
like crisp snow, you just fall back and Fukyu disappears from sight as they just go a foot into the sand.
Well, he's dead. Turns out the thing that only thing can kill the immortal is ordinary sand.
You do so. Alright, is that your turn?
Come on, you know
yeah.
you got something you want to say.
Fuck you, Domir!
Oh, we realised.
Do that. Gwen, as you're watching all of this happen, you notice that the second alien to your right is also activating a UFO vehicle. What would you like to do?
I'm genuinely curious as to what's gonna happen with this one with Gwen.
Oh, you doubt my climbing ability, sir?
I know, apparently Spider Climb won't work though, so I'm curious. That's why I'm curious.
No. Well,
Stick to the sand. It's just the sand's moving.
Yeah. That's why I'm curious.
well
But
I
they
also have.
momentum.
I've got freedom of movement, so difficult terrain doesn't affect me either. So, I'm gonna see if I can actually swim up.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of swim in sand. You said it just would cost a hell of a lot of movement.
Is it like normal swimming if they've got the freedom of movement? So it's like athletics check and that's your speed, something like that, isn't it, for swimming?
So you saying that you ignore difficult terrain, right?
Yes.
And you're pretty fast, so I have no doubt you'd easily make this. Okay, so similar to Fukyu, you're able to run across the sand. Your magic dispersing your weight effectively as you're hitting across it. It's like a more viscous water running trick. As you reach the sand, your plan is to try and swim up it.
Yes. Because if spider climb won't work, this is option B. So I'm just going to give it a go.
Yeah.
Give it a shot, because, I don't want to try and waste a lot of resources. Because you said marathon, not sprint.
Yeah. That's pretty much my thought as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I will give this a try, and if this doesn't work, I have other
from there.
options, but
Go from
yeah,
there.
this will work, maybe.
I am going to, so you can attempt to, because it is kind of like a more solid water effect, and in theory, In anime, you can swim up waterfalls, kind of.
You can. I've seen people do it in pure rage usually, but they still do it.
So I'm gonna let. This is a strength-based athletics, however, and because you have freedom of movement, it's even more difficult because your magic is repelling the sand, so it's at disadvantage.
That's a fair shout.
Because you are unable to get a proper purchase that somebody without the effect would have.
Neat.
Well, my strength is trash, so
You might just boxcars this. You might double 20.
It's going to be incredibly difficult, DC, because you are literally trying to swim up a sand waterfall.
Well, let's see if it gets worse. There's the natural
that
one!
checks out. Yep. Checks out.
This
As you get into it,
sand.
you aren't initially aware of it, but with your incredible perception and you start paying attention, you realize there is almost a arcane aura around you that is like splitting and repelling the sand, preventing you from actually touching it.
On the bright side, it's also
Would the
repelling
spider
the...
climb put it back?
under your feet, directly under your feet.
Yeah.
That's not helpful.
Yeah, directly under your feet.
Well, that's steps, baby.
Don't worry, Gwen. It's also repelling the broken glass that's raining down from about 20 feet above you. 20-ish feet above you. Ralvina just leapt into the sand pillar.
But yeah, I believe you have the movement to get there. Who's anything you'd like to do with your action?
Right. Oh, God, I don't really want to. I'm gonna drop freedom of movement, and I'm gonna. For drop freedom of movement, would it become a strength or a dex to try and get up?
For the vertical one, it's strength. It's only running across the horizontal one that's dex. So it would be a flat strength athletics to try and swim up.
Okay, then I'm
Probably still isn't worth it given how difficult a task it is.
Yeah.
At least for you. For a strength-based character, yeah. Alvina might be able to do it.
Ooh. Yeah, it just gives me advantage. That's not fucking use, is it? Oh. Okay. Right. Okay. Can I use my action then just to perceive if I see anybody else is doing something useful that I can abuse to help pull myself up and get over to them with my remaining movement?
Oh yeah, Alvina seems to be above you and succeeding. If you can somehow latch onto her. Other than that, you're
grab her ankles.
Oh, you also notice Fukyu to your left digging himself out of sand.
I meant more of the others, the like Wildman or the people who haven't gone yet. They look like they're doing anything useful.
Who knows? It's not been their turn yet.
The wild man is also trying to swim up a map.
But in that case, then I hold my turn until everybody else has done something, and then I use my remaining movement to move to them.
Sir. Okay, so 15 was other alien prepping their UFO. We get to 14 to 7 now. Okay. Oh no, it wasn't the Rocketeer that's preparing the cannon. The Rocketeer's preparing jetpacks because they're a Rocketeer.
I assumed it was a jetpack. Who's the artillerist with the cannon,
Yeah,
right?
yes, it's getting a cannon.
Yeah.
The wizard is.
Rocketeer.
Wizard's just gonna fucking cast fly on himself.
Yeah, I assumed.
Starts rising up to the air. He had to cast it, so he can only get 50 foot up into the air to now. So I'm gonna put him like on the little side here. He's halfway up towards level 2. Put a little 50 in his box.
Out of curiosity, how far away is the wizard from, like, me?
50 foot, because he's literally just flying from the platform.
Okay.
He doesn't need to run into the sand. The fighter, pirate, and knight are all going to attempt to run across. They're fine playing the more slower game. The artillerist is setting up a cannon, and the paladin or rogue are also The paladin appears to be using his shield as a boat,
Nice! Respect!
and the rogue is equipping what appears to be snowmobile shoes. What on closer look actually look to be sawed-off tennis rackets.
Oh, there actually is sand shoes, which are kind of like that. So yeah.
Similar to snow.
It's like snowshoes as well.
And he's using them to give himself advantage to run across.
I mean, there's literally sand version snowshoes for exactly this. So hell yeah.
As
Jealousy reads like
Zormir, it is your turn. How you enjoying the show up there?
You liking the minstrels?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can be an armor free for a while.
I really want minstrels.
Oh, I see. Fuck you realized that the spell deactivated. I'm guessing you're not allowing outside help.
No, where's the fun in that?
Well, I got some amusement out of
Well,
the little bug
I'd say
falling
the
on his
fun is
arm.
the outside help failing when you want it to go.
I'm not bothered.
Maybe,
I
but
thought-
I don't think wouldn't be fair to the other contestants, would
Sporting.
it? At least if they cast on themselves, you can break concentration. Adds a bit of strategy to it, but without it, it's kind of a freebie, wouldn't it?
But
Yeah.
how do we
Yeah,
know
that's
that they don't have outside help?
because the gay.
Because we
Because-
don't, so we assume the portals stop it.
Ah, yes. Also, who said that? There's no tiefling
Calvinus-
up here in this box.
Oh, once you
Lou is
spend enough
shouting.
time with Lou, you just sort of get haunted by a voice of Lou.
Voice
Yes.
in your head.
I think it's called cult indoctrination.
I
Nope.
see. Oh, that's
Yes.
good to note.
The voice in your head says nope. Not a cult. Reformed.
Exactly.
I'd
Now
really
you're
use
learning.
that for some of our external espionage acts.
Yeah, I mean, I think he already sent some of his cultists out there into the world.
They're not
Ah,
cultists,
yes.
they're just associates.
So I've read in our internal documentation.
There's some random warlocks just rampaging out in the world now.
Sarlot.
No, the little baby warlocks that you're.
Alright, I thought you were talking about me.
No, not you. The little one.
I half expected Gwen to just use their sheer momentum to try and get up there. But
Yeah, that's why he fell.
That was an alliance.
Very
I
interesting.
think the initial sand traps make people think it's purely a dexterity challenge, but no, there's quite a lot of strength to it. Of course, you can always just bypass it with a bit of magic. I like what
Yes.
the aliens are doing with the UFO vehicles. It's a shame this Gwent fellow doesn't have a helicopter or something.
Oh,
no,
Mr. Darkside, I mean to ask, do they just look like that, or is that like a costume?
oh, so they are allowed to summon vehicles in there.
Ooh, the
That's handy.
aliens?
Yes.
No, they're a strange noise from the astral seas.
We don't really have those back where we're from. Interesting.
Might have just never met one, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Entirely possible. We've never met them.
Well,
Oh, I didn't prepare the spell. No.
No.
Damn it. That's actually a decent idea for me as well. It's like, see you doing it. It's like, yoink!
Jump into the
Steal
car.
that.
Imagining the
giving you a
Gwent
lift.
copter
That's what
picking.
I was meaning like grabbing onto the bottom, if nothing else. I wasn't meaning kick you out. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm just imagining the Gwencopter lifting off the platform and then suddenly getting like dragged down as like 50 people around it start climbing on, like holding on to the bottom of it.
Yes.
well, they did have the. Was it the Gwen copter? The new vehicle that he used. Maybe we'll use that.
Yeah.
Gwencopter, oh, interesting. I should get one named the Dark Copter.
The duck! Okay, Batman.
I feel like the copter side sounds better.
I mean, I can
That just
create.
sounds illegal. He committed
Side
copter
sounds like a
side.
crime.
I mean, I can create a vehicle as well. But not right now.
I mean, I could ride on Merida, but
Really wish I'd actually had to spend a little bit of time.
And I don't think the.
Druids.
Unfortunately, I don't think my vessel would fit in there either. I mean,
Unless you shrunk it down.
Dawn Riser wouldn't fit.
can you?
But even we're still
I went to
experimenting with
Gold
quantumization.
Alvina, what do you do? I bring a
Wait, that
dragon.
was experimental, and they you just keep those in safe deposit boxes.
Bring Rosie to help out.
Oh no, they're pretty stable for smaller effects. It's shrinking things the size of ships that we're still experimenting with.
Oh, okay.
Getting a stabilization field that large is quite problematic. It requires quite a large energy source.
What do you mean? They shrank you? Point? When?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. So, Amber Arcanite, turns out, I didn't get a. I couldn't explain exactly how it works.
It takes
was
a bit of
either-
a map and starts noting down these
Yeah,
things.
it was either a portal to a side room,
Hmm.
where the portal was much smaller on one side than the other, or it just shrunk me down and put me in a safety deposit box from it. Seabot should have data. He was in there as well.
It's very much the latter. Amber Arcanite is used for shrinking effects.
Yes, which is why I need to get on to some people not getting some.
Maybe liquidization of the amber liquid would maybe work better for turning it into some fuel source thing to pump around the ship to make it shrink.
If you say put it with a bit of indigo, that would be growth, reversing the shrink. Then you'd essentially have expanding air propulsion.
Yeah.
Using yellow to
You'd have an
make
air
it
gun.
stronger.
You'd have an air bomb at that point.
Yeah.
Actually, you wouldn't have a gun. You'd have a bomb.
We could
You
use it.
have a Kuma bomb.
There's no way to liquidate Arcanite. Or liquidate Arcanite.
Liquefy.
Liquefy Arcanite.
Liquidate would be selling it, I think.
So could you make? Could
Again,
you
Lizardfolk
suspend it in a
maybe,
liquid?
you know,
though?
purify food because Alvina eats
Everything.
Arcanite.
Yeah. Actually,
Oh, we
Alvina
could,
has
but
an
it'd have a
Arcanite grinder.
diminishing effect.
Uh,
But while this
Yes.
conversation goes on, that's actually the first round. We'll update our round count to 1. I guess we'll technically update it to 2. I probably should have done this when we first started. We're now into round 2. As the rest of the NPCs, let's see. We've got our gnome character, which is... Gnome characters are going to actually stand there, because they like to spend a couple rounds thinking about what they'll do.
They're just gonna sink.
Good for them.
They're just sinking into the ground.
The...
They're
What the
just
hell
like,
is Mon?
That's quite high.
What have I accidentally deleted here?
I think Mon is
Something
next
got
to Lou.
disqualified and it wasn't for
Yeah,
keys.
Oh, it's Monk.
Mon,
King
yeah.
upgrade. I was like, why do I not say Mon? That's not a character. The Orc Wildman, Monk, and Mr. Muscle are going to brute force it and do it of the Aldine and just try and run across it. Which, luckily, while not very dexterous, they all have enough athletics to make for the check. So they all start running across and are scrambling for the thing. They'll take takes them a dash to get there.
Actually,
So
is the
that'll be
monk
next
just
round.
doing the monk thing? Because it's sort of a liquid, right? Is he just walking on it? Is he that high? Is he high enough for that?
Yeah, he is. To be fair, the monk can probably get there in a bonus action dash.
Yeah.
I think.
'Cause if he's high enough, he can just run off across the sand up the pillar.
Which.
I think it's 9. He can do that.
No, I was trying to think how much movement he would have. He might have enough movement to actually do this. Okay, let's do our first contestant check.
Yeah.
All right. So as the monk dashes and it has enough movement to leap across at Alvina,
Oh,
notices that Alvina makes a very lovely stepping stone.
she does.
So is going to leap onto you, Alvina, as you feel a pressure on your shoulder. I'm going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
Why do I get the feeling I've got advantage, but I don't know why.
This isn't a heat-based effect.
Yeah. No, I don't think I do. Oh,
Does the monk frighten you?
20.
Right, you succeed. They leap off you.
Can I try
yeah.
something? Attack of opportunity is obviously a thing if they're leaving it. Can I grab them?
For this mechanic, yes.
Okay.
This is a special, slight change to the rules because this is a skill test rather than actual combat.
Yeah.
But he also was trying to stun on you by jumping on you,
I
so...
assume, yeah. Kick me in the throat on the back. Yeah, I'm
It's
fine.
technically an attack.
Yeah, I'm going. He's leaving my ranges the bit, so I'm gonna try grabbing at him, which would be athletics, I assume, 'cause it's a grapple, basically.
Yep.
22.
22?
Okay.
Let's see. He would have...
He's probably got pretty good as well. So he's
D6.
acrobatics.
22.
Oh.
Status quo remains, so he remains ungrappled.
Damn it, because I was actually hoping to grab him and like let him carry me up. Honestly, no one's gonna have to let him carry me up.
As
Yeah.
let's. I don't want to make them a tabaxi because that's what Swiftwind is. What would this monk be? This monk. What's a good monk?
Oh, what are they called? The psionic humanoid race.
Yes.
There's one that's just a monk version.
Githzerai.
Is that right?
Yeah, let's go for Githzar. As you attempt to kind of grab the Githzari as they pass you, they almost seem to spin mid-air as they slap your hand down and then press on the back of your palm and push themselves upwards, feet first, higher up into the air.
Okay, that was pretty cool. I mean, he's just gonna say as she's powering up.
But as we get into the second round, Lou Grimm, other than like the several contestants preparing spaceships or cannons or preparing their jetpack or just standing thinking up at the sky, still on the platform behind you, the rest of the NPCs have rushed forward and have left you in the dust. What would you like to do?
I would like to try and dash zigzag up to at least the base of the pillar.
Right, as you do so, give me a dexterity athletics check as just learning what everyone else has been doing and putting the pieces together. You attempt to get back up on your feet and keep your momentum so you stay above the sand.
You got this, Lou.
Since you're just kind of flat forcing this will just be a flat roll of a dexterity athletics.
Fuck me.
4.
Unfortunately,
Is the dex higher? It probably doesn't matter. But...
no,
My
not unless
dex
they've
is
suddenly
0.
got like
It's
a
dex.
double-digit modifier.
50 dex.
As you attempt to follow suit, getting your feet under you, unfortunately, roll me a fate die. Let's see how bad this is. Roll me a d20.
Just blacks out. 6.
Yeah,
6.
unfortunately, you've steered off enough, and we're too focused on trying to get your feet under you that you found the edges of a sand trap, which is even more viscous than the loose sand around you, and has actually sucked one of your foot down and is slowly pulling you deeper under the sand. What would you like to do? If I accidentally kill Lou here by just suffocating under a sand trap, I'm so sorry. It was not my intent.
That would be quite funny. But it's fine. Someone will pull him out.
I feel like there has to be like an option to wave a white flag, kind of like in Wipeout when you've just lost too much. You're like, no, I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore. Take me out of the competition.
There are medics on hand, right? It's like if he stays under too long, they assume he's passed out, and they'll drag him out.
Yeah, and the stability field will keep you alive under there.
Yeah.
It won't be pleasant, but
It would be awful.
but yes, Lou, you have just accidentally stumbled into a sand trap and are being pulled under the sand from a sucking kind of slurpish sound of the sand. What would you like to do? And more importantly, do you know what you want to do, or would you like some time to think about it? You still have your action.
I don't know.
We'll spend some time to think about it. We'll come back to you
That's a fucking
at the halfway
Kinds of
point.
chaos.
Yeah, if you don't know what you want to do, I'll
But we'll give them some time to consider it while we go to Alvina and the point. Alvina, the ninja does something that you're unaware of because the ninja is invisible.
Yeah.
What would you like to do, Alvina?
Would the making the sand into glass give me handholds give me advantage on the?
Yes, because it's still a really cool idea. And at least gives you a little bit of something to push against to do a rocket effect. If a very slow, scrambling rocket effect.
She's gonna try to basically just leap up it as well.
Yep, this is a strength athletics check.
With advantage, come on.
28.
Yeah, you're just burning that firepower out as you're able to just slap down against the glass handhold you're creating temporarily as you rise up. It is still standard climbing, so it will still cost you, unless you have a climbing speed, 5 foot for every 10. No, 10 foot for every 5.
It's double, right?
Yeah.
So, because I can dash up it, it would be just my movement up. How high did I get off of the first, turn?
What's your normal jump speed at a running start?
That's just your flat strength, isn't it? I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 20.
You're
I
20
still
feet
had
up.
I still had a bit of spare movement, if that mattered, at the end of that as well. If I'm gonna scramble up that a bit.
Still pretty sure jumping costs your move. Oh yeah, if you have extra movement above the 20,
Yeah, I have a 45 movement speed.
then
so-
we'll just kind of add that into this round for the effect because I didn't want to do another roll.
Fair. They would have been. It'd be another 20 feet, so it would have basically put it down to 10, so I can get up 55 feet. Just of
Alright.
scrabbling up.
All right, you get halfway up. We'll put you.
Well, I'd be at 75. Because I jumped 20 and then I got another 55.
All right, if that's on top of the 20, yep, you're up 75.
Yeah. She's getting there.
You are just brute forcing your way up.
Brute force and firepower.
Firepower really coming in handy.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty then.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Point 16. Rocketeer is going to. They've set up their engine so they can actually effectively dash, but they can do rocket pulse this round. So they are going to shoot up 100 feet. As they are going to get to the start of level 2. The Ranger is going to, with the help of the Eagle, get to the column and is going to effectively start running up with the Eagle, kind of just to displace their movement. Kind of using it just to steady themselves against. Yellow Alien and we'll just do Alien as well, are now in their UFOs, and their UFOs are flying up. Which they can dash, so yeah, they should be able to get up with flying speed. Gwent, what's your Gwent copter speed normally?
I have no idea. We only used it once in the most vague terms.
I'm going to assume it's probably roughly 50. I don't know. It might be more, but I'll just put them at 100 for now because I don't think it's going to matter too much. So we'll put Yellow Alien, and where is other Alien? Where is other Alien? Oh, there he is.
He's just about 2 squares below.
Yeah, there we go. Alien and Yellow Alien are also going to thingy up. You've missed Rocketeer kind of rocket pulsing up 100 feet, and Yellow Alien and Alien steering their UFOs up 100 feet.
Nice. So they on the next level?
Yeah, they're at the base of the next level. The point is your turn. What would you like to do?
So, with a mouthful of snacks, just call down. The cultist is in the sand. Get him out. Teamwork. Work together. Fight each other later.
There's 2 cultists.
Our compass
I
didn't
was
stand.
kind of confused myself.
Our compass.
Hitch a ride on a UFO or something.
While you do that, you can also use this opportunity, by the way, to ask dark side questions and stuff and pump them for information. But while
We
you
tried these, they
consider,
are lovely.
while you consider that, we're gonna take a quick 5 minutes because I actually need some more water. And then we'll get back to anything the point wants to do for the end of their turn, Fukyu and Gwen and etc. We'll be back in 5 minutes, or we'll be back in like a minute or two.
Yeah. I already love this challenge setup. By the way, this is already really fun.
I hate it. Strength-based things are awful.
You'll have
It's
some
just
better
the
luck. I
first
think.
level that's strength
Yeah,
based.
I think you'll have some better luck with some of the other things from what I got from my commune with nature later.
Teamwork, work as a team, get everyone up to that second level, and then work together.
This
Luke,
is
do you
why
have any
I
plans of getting
initially
up?
wasn't going to do it when Chris was saying all of the events that go on here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Lou's not going to be good at this, but tonight I was just like, fuck it.
I
Why
might as
not?
well. Here's the bit. You might also be good at some of the later ones. Like you, Jay, might be good at some of the later ones. It's just the first challenge is straight
If I had
up
got to that-
physicality.
If I had got to that pillar, I had a plan.
I'm just depressed I couldn't fucking run up it.
It makes
Yeah.
sense. It makes sense. You'll be have plenty of chances with some of the later challenges.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, if that monk runs up it though, I'm going to be seriously unhappy.
What monks do.
They can move up liquid is the thing. They specifically can run up liquids.
Yeah, flowing sand. That does behave as
A liquid, yeah.
It has been told this is liquid essentially. So
Does not mean I'm not going to be a bitter little bitch.
That's fair.
honestly, if I was what I was thinking, if I had gone to the druids bit, I could have had a shot at getting, because the other one that Alvina's vaguely interested in of the elemental magics would be Earth, if she's going to ask some questions about it. So just turn the entire pillar to just rock. Like straight up top, just BAM! It's stone pillar now. Which you can run up, so...
There's no way this is going to work from up here and also no outside influence.
Also, another bit, I couldn't have helped you get up at all, Gwen, on account of freedom
no
of
way.
movement means I couldn't pick you up.
Well, but I just don't think you would have been able to carry, so it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Huh.
But it's... Why,
No, sorry. Again, there will be things stopping people not in the competition affecting this. Move Earth. Choose an area of terrain. You can see if
Yeah.
you can reshape dirt, sand, or clay in the area in a manner you choose.
Yeah, 100% move and mold Earth would do. There's like...
Yeah, see, that was my plan.
That's
If I
that's one of my
reached
magic
the pillar
item
on
ones,
that
so-
turn.
I think there's also like... I can't remember what it is, but it's the like... You know, there's the flesh to stone, and there's the stone
Yeah.
to mud one. I believe the stone to mud one works in reverse, and it works on sand as well. So you can do that. Would be another way. Like any of the earth-based spells. Honestly, Alvina was she wasn't wanting to save it for later. Alvina was tempted to just fish her with the hammer and just make a path up there.
If I had got to the base of that pillar, I was going to mold earth and make at least minimum footholds, if
Mm.
not steps.
Also, Lou, aren't you over by the one with us? Did you go to the one same one as us? Because you're just on your own in the middle of nowhere. where everyone else went to the
I
closest.
said that I was going to the nearest one. I didn't realize you guys were going to go to that one.
Oh, that was the nearest one. That's the bit.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. It's
That's
just
what I
because
was
where my token was.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea why Gwent and Alvina are on that one. They should be on the one that Lou's on.
Oh, it looked like that was the closest because I thought it was like the middle, like here, and that one was the closest to there.
No, you got brought out on the side.
Oh, fair enough.
That's fair. Having it in the middle probably makes more sense. But don't worry, you're just spread out
Yeah.
for the sake of making it easier to look at. I have returned. Are we all back?
Think so.
Yeah.
Bob?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh.
I was just looking at.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I was just looking if I could
Just
find
chilling.
something.
With my minstrels.
Well, no, I was looking to see the
shops
what-
will be.
what the
Actually,
sort
I
of
still call
flight
that my
range.
minstrels as well. They usually have them in a corner shop near me.
Coincidentally enough.
I was trying to see if I could find any flying vehicles and see what their flight was. The only one I found's like 40 feet.
I think there's one 60-foot one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still less than the 100 feet those aliens went.
But
Not
that's
that I'm
only
complaining.
that's the only thing that's on Beyond. There's not necessarily going to be.
Weird. Do you think
That's
it'd
not-
be more than fly? Like in theory, they should just be incorporating fly magic into them, but who knows?
It's because a lot of them are actual
Oh,
technological, not magical.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Alien
the vehicles-
technology, you know, it's good to fucking anything.
A lot of the vehicles specifically aren't, because the ones that are this has fly built into it, like it has the spell built in. And the other ones. So.
The
It's a
point.
base
Was there anything else
component of the ship.
you wanted to
there
do
wasn't
before we?
anything else.
Alright. Fukyu, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
You do have your staff of polymorph. For
Oh,
that
sorry,
space.
my shoes.
Ah!
Right, so Fucky is going to pull out his wonder polymorph and just turn himself into a giant eagle.
Yep, it works.
Yep. And he's going to fly up. He's going to try to grab
Why don't I have a druid in this?
Lou and
Gwen?
on his way up.
Just random NPC.
Grab Glue
You
and
orc.
that guy. Grab Blue and that guy, and he's gonna drop the other guy.
Do note that Lou is about 30 feet behind you, and will cost movement for you to get back to Lou.
And he's
Gwen is like
understand.
10. To be fair, his hand is still sticking out, or like
Yeah.
his top
Terminator.
half of his torso is still sticking out.
It's like the poster for the Evil Dead. It's like the arms coming out of the ground.
The classic zombie style.
Yeah. Like, somebody, please.
As the eagle swoop, grab Gwen's hand, and start flying upwards.
You do so.
It's 80 foot movement. Would I? No,
Yeah, so 30 to get back to Lou, 50 up. Gwen's a freebie.
Oh, you're
Alright,
the same.
you're halfway up.
You're about the same height as. Actually, no, you're lower than me. I was about to say, if you're about the same height as me, I could just use bounce off you to the next level.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean,
Pushing.
strength is only a certain point.
It's 12.
I think it's enough to carry 2 people at least normally, but beyond that, it's a bit more of a struggle.
He's stronger than Lou.
He's also smarter than Alvina.
Gwen, apparently you've just been picked up. Do you allow this?
Oh, absolutely, because
Yes.
yeah, 100%.
Then you're hovering in the air by Eagle Claw, 50 foot up of the ground. What would you like to do?
Ooh, you know, 50 foot. So I imagine. I'm just
Gwen
going to send a
starts
sacred
spraying, he
flame
doesn't fall.
down. I'm just going to send a sacred flame and shoot down the fighter, just because he's there. Or if he's in range, the Vocateer. Depending,
Oh, shoot
high
his
we are.
jetpack!
because we're 60 foot up. So if Vocateer is within 60 foot, Vocateer.
Yeah, they're 100 foot up, so they're 50 above you.
Shoot his
Then
jetpack.
Dex check, if you please.
The Rocketeer. Okay.
17.
70 to beat.
They would be. No, that let's give him a D4. 16.
Oh yeah.
Yep, he takes it.
So he gets zapped.
Take that, bitch.
He just fuses his jetpack.
Let's see. Instead of doing damage, I feel like there has to be a DC against the damage. I feel like it's fair for a temporary setback.
Would you let me spend my inspiration to let the jetpack fly off comedic style.
You just cut the straps
The
off
straps
him.
work.
Like,
Jetpacks
I'm willing to
just
spend
go
inspiration for the comedy.
That's awesome.
Only if he fails to save.
That's fair.
He did
But he
fail
gets to save. To be fair, that was he was gonna get a save against the effects of the damage.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm willing to do it. It's funny.
But he also
Yes.
fails the. I kind of want to make it like concentration checks though. How much damage was that? Like 18?
But yeah, 18,
18,
if
yeah.
it's all.
18 radiant.
18 radiant. Are jetpacks vulnerable to radiant by any chance? No. What?
I can't imagine they would.
No.
Electric, maybe. Damn.
Yeah, like
No,
with
come
lightning.
on. Jetpacks are deeply
Demonic.
dark.
They're demonic
They're demonic
creatures.
packs.
No.
They're
Gotta keep this game somewhat founded in base rules.
That would actually be awesome to see, like a warlock artificer who's like just demonically possessing artifacts.
Like there's two demons inside. Just,
Reanimate them.
oh.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
So fortunately, it would be a
That's just
DC
like
10.
Fantasia.
Yeah.
So while some sparks come out of the jetpack and he kind of swerves a little bit, it was not enough to take him out just yet. Not with a little cantrip spell.
That's
Doesn't that
good.
just like stall the jetpack for about a round or two?
Reduce
Only if he'd failed.
disadvantage.
That's the point of failing. So you get a concentration save effectively, but based on whatever the underlying is to not have a stallback for this skill contest challenge. All right, Gwen, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm happy.
All right. We have a bunch of things happening between Gwent's turn. Let's see, 1 to 7. Ooh. We don't care about the cultists. Fire Pirate are going to do their own thing for now. The artillery, we mostly care about the artillerist and the wizard for now. So let's do wizard. Wizard is going to fly up and get into the next effect, which means that they actually have to do a check. But they will have proficiency. Will they have proficiency in this? Ooh, I need to double check something. Yeah, remind me. What's the other one? Wisdom and what?
Intelligence. It's definitely intelligence, and I think it's wisdom, the other wizard one.
Saving proficiency. Yeah, intelligence and wisdom. Okay, so they don't have proficiency in this. This will just be a flat D4. But it's a 19, so that I'm going to say that succeeds. So the wizard continues dashing up. They can get to 150 feet. Put them like up here somewhere, and we'll come back to them later. The artillerist now has to make a calculated check as well. They will have proficiency in this. They get the +3, and it's also their major stat. So 17. As you all hear an explosion behind you, and like a stunt man, you can see he's already got his helmet on, he's got a visor on. He is launching through the air up at these floating ladders. And where did I put the artillerist? There he is. Okay, he has the aim right. Let's see if he can do the strength check to grab a ladder.
Please no. It'd be so funny.
No,
Oh, 19.
21. He is not going to just hit a ladder. He is going to hit straight into a rock. And that is where he's going to impact.
Ow!
Alright, that's those two major ones. The rest. There's Zormir. It is your turn.
I assume
Oh.
the monk's up there now, by the way, since he pressed off me last time.
The monk doesn't go till 2.
Oh, okay.
I might have something that could possibly liquefy it if I was given some test.
Something that could liquefy Arcanite. You know, I've had the intelligent lads down in R&D ponder a concept, but they tell me it's all but impossible. The arcane crystal refuses to be in a non-solid state. What is it, do you believe, has the ability to liquefy Arcanite?
Alvina's stomach.
The acid in Albina's stomach.
Can go by anything.
I may have come across something of your ancient civilization's ancient tech. Something I'd really like to look into more. If there's any places that there's more of this tech lying around and being disused, I could probably repair it.
Oh yes, you should visit the dungeons to the south.
Intend to. I want to see if any of us has a valid entry to your whatever is stopping people gaining access to there. At some point.
Oh, to be fair, people can gain access to it. You just require a special gene from what we've discovered. But only few possess that here in the Bastion populations.
You never know. One of us might have the gene.
That's entirely possible, and I do recommend trying. You should be able to find it pretty quickly by just placing your hand on the door, and it will teleport you inside.
I've got a feeling we might have somebody who has it somehow.
How do you get out once you're inside?
I don't
you
think they've
return
had-
to the inner door, press your hand, and it teleports you back out.
Has anyone
Of course,
been in?
there's a giant caveat there if you have to be able to return to the entrance door.
Has anyone actually got in yet?
Oh yes, several. They just don't make it more than a level deep.
Well, I'm up for trying for sure if I can find more of this technology.
Oh, yes. Do be warned though, they have rather advanced golem technology. In fact, we've made several leaps and bounds in our own golem technology just from the sheer low level encounters we've experienced in the dungeon.
Remember,
See that
guys?
point?
Anti-golem spell.
Look
But
them
I'm
through.
speaking to the individuals who defeated the Platinum Phoenix, so I'm sure you won't have any trouble. Although I don't think these ones will have control chips on their necks.
Yes, exactly. I'll have to
Um,
work out where they are.
I was kind of inside your Phoenix as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say, good luck getting into the stomach for a golem.
Yes, these ones are these ones are only a large category.
I think
Delete, fuck you.
if we can make anti-magic field.
No,
And
they
they
aren't
ban-
arcane in nature.
Oh. Even more of a challenge.
Or at least
I'm
if they
sure
are,
I've-
they aren't susceptible to anti-magic. It's kind of hard to tell. We've ever been able to actually take one alive. Or
Oh.
dead, for that matter.
I'm sure Alvina would accommodate that.
Hmm?
I mean, look at her. She's
Well, if they have some sort of
this is pointing,
self-destruct.
pointing straight at Alvina. She's defying the logic
Laws
of
of physics.
climb up that bit of sand.
No, they have a liquid platinum ooze, from what we can tell. It's actually what the Platinum Phoenix is, and what's a much more rudimentary version inside that construct, but based on the same design, that allows for self-regeneration. Anytime we've been able to acquire a small amount, it's always self-built itself into a new golem we've had to fight.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Oh yes, there was a epidemic practically a few decades ago in which we did manage to retrieve some for a lab, but it spawned small golems that then decided to self-replicate across the city. Oh, well, in the end, we managed to gather them all back and place them back into the dungeon. It was the safest way.
It's like gremlins.
It's a Grey Goose scenario.
Yeah.
So there's a
All that one
horde
episode of
mini golems.
Futurama.
There's a
running
horde
around
of
there.
tiny
I
golems.
mean, I was
Jeez,
thinking of
like ankle height.
I was thinking more Stargate Replicators.
Have you ever tried to
Oh.
communicate with the golems?
There's
I mean,
that too.
I'm sure we have. From the specifics I remember, they don't respond to any known language. We've tried rhythmic suggestion, binary codes, even Morse, but
Turns out
They-
it's common and no one's tried.
they don't seem to respond to any attempts to communicate. So if they do,
Sorry.
Oh.
Don't do that.
Oh, one second. It seems our arcane TV's screens here are having a bit of a feedback.
I
loop.
tripped over my wire.
Maybe it's something more.
My thoughts is that they have no need to communicate. They have a prime directive to not allow anyone who aren't the original owners or have permission to be there to enter, and they eradicate any intruders.
Well, if you know the code of the Arcanite itself, you may be able to control them a lot better. As I've learned from communication with one of the pillars that we've encountered.
That's a fascinating idea. I'm sure anyone at the expedition outpost would be more than welcome to come with you. I know there are a few individuals there that can be hired who have the gene to guide you through, but they come at a hefty cost and require a significant portion of any profits discovered.
I'm sure one of us has the gene. Don't doubt that.
I look forward to hearing of your exploits, Professor Zormir.
And I hope I have many a tale to tell. And hopefully Albina doesn't find a new pet.
Of course you will.
But while you're having this conversation, we move back to down below where a monk is battling Alvina, attempting to pogo on their head to keep themselves above Alvina as they are charging up.
Gonna make another grab for him.
Well, first of all, let's see. Give me a well, now that you're actively aware of it, he doesn't have the auto surprise on you. Let's
Can't actually be surprised.
let's have a well, you know what I mean. If you were expecting a monk to jump on you, I assume you're trying to avoid them pogoing on you. So let's do a contested, effectively grapple, but it's mostly just to see if he can land on you with a dex. What did I previously?
I'm
Yeah, +6 with me. Yeah, it's now +9.
not using anything that's giving me an advantage on this, am I? So, for once, I'm not raging yet.
Ooh, another 22 to try and land on you.
Mine!
Oh,
Not
doesn't
yet!
do a 28 though.
So as he comes back down at you for the second landing, how would you like to deal with this monk? This Givzeri monk.
I imagine he goes just landing foot down, foot down, foot down, and I just grab him around the knee and go, gotcha. Can I make a motion now, or do I have to wait until my turn?
No, you can do a motion. Right? Do you want to throw him down? Do you want to what do you want to do?
Can I basically swing him around and use him as momentum to get higher up?
Try to do the reverse of what he was doing and jump off him.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me
Give
me another strength athletics to see how high you go.
Natural 20 or 29. I think I'm on the next floor actually.
Yeah, with that you're you're also able to grab a passing ladder and grab onto a rung or something.
Yeah.
Just with that nat 20. What are you wearing on your hands?
Apparently you said I've got molten glass currently on my hands, so that I guess. I've also got my rubber gloves on, but I always have.
Rubber gloves on. I'm going to assume just because you've recently started handling a lot of fire, that as you land onto the hot metal railings in this, actually as you rise up into level 2, you suddenly feel an intense heat wave come over you. And as you glow onto these ever so slightly, now that you're next to them, glowing metal ladders, you find yourself lucky to have heat insulating gloves on. As, dear God, help anyone who tries to touch these with just bare flesh and aren't pyromancers.
Yeah.
You were just so well suited to this lower level. It's entirely unintentional.
It's working, that.
But you're able to grab onto one of the floating metal magma rocks with the hot the heated metal, effectively ladders,
Ooh, awesome.
and that gets you to the bottom level of level 2.
Nice.
I think you also do you just flat out ignore heat exhaustion, or do you just have advantage against
I
heat
have
exhaustion?
advantage. I think the next upgrade for pyromancy is I ignore it. At the moment, I just have advantage on every heat and fire-based thing, I think.
Okay, so you aren't entirely immune to this level.
No, not quite. I'm just
So
very...
that'll matter for later, where you might have to do some heat exhaustion if you stay in this level too long. But with that was the monk, which is one I care about. The monk has been thrown off and effectively set back to 0 for now. We'll come back to the monk later. But that brings us to round 3. All right. As we come back to Lou, you have been saved by a giant eagle and are hovering 50 feet up. What would you like to do?
I'm just doing the whole cross thing. You know, the 4 points of the cross. Like, thank fuck for that.
It occurs to you, you have a
Cross
massive problem with sand, apparently.
He doesn't like sand. It's coarse and rough.
It's,
Irritating.
yeah, I had to say that, and it gets everywhere.
Now's your time to take out the competition, Lou. Go for it.
Yeah, I love the
Mage competition right now, it's just Alvina.
Just fucked up my plans.
There's a wizard as well.
There's the Vocateer.
You just... Yeah, there's a few people who are up here.
Don't take this personal, Alvina, but...
Why? We're on the
I'm
same
gonna-
team, you bastard! Shoot the wizard!
No, it's not like that. I
Don't make this a
probably
PvP. I will
maybe
shoot
do
you out
better
of
than
here.
that. I would like to... I would like to cast Darkness. Just in front of Alvina, if possible.
Now, are you sure you want to go against Alvina, or do you want to cast it over the 2 alien UFOs?
That'd be
I'm saying it-
amazing!
In front of Alvina, because I was gonna do it like over the Alterra list, and it would have got the Rocketeer and both the aliens and wizards.
You bastard.
But if I could do it
I was rooting for
below
you.
Alvina,
Oh, I'll take that, thank you.
What, Alvina?
Below me.
if
so
I
give me
could cast
cover, I guess.
Darkness below Alvina, so she's out of the radius.
Yeah, what is your goal? Is your goal to try and, like, catch as many of the people?
Yes.
Okay, no, that's fine. I can work with that. What is darkness? 20 by
Because
20?
I wasn't expecting Alvina to be there because it wasn't
Ah!
turn yet.
Bang!
I'm just gonna do it like this. We're not really dealing with horizontal, like X, Y, or X, Z distances right now.
Radius.
I don't care about Y.
I could have
15
doubled
foot
that
radius,
because of
yeah.
Spell Sniper. No?
Oh no, it doesn't double the radius. It just doubles the distance.
It doubles your
you do.
distance, so it'd be you can
okay.
cast it at 120 feet with Spell Sniper.
But
I thought it did the whole thing. The
you're
radius
a natural sorcerer slash warlock slash whatever else you are now.
just the two.
You're able to aim it perfectly so that you're able to cause maximum damage. Well, potentially, everyone will get a save, so we'll see on their turn. All right, but Lou, is that you?
Yeah, it's pretty much all I can do now.
See the results of your actions once I get to the NPC turns. Alvina, it is your turn. Darkness blankets beneath you.
I honestly forgot that wasn't on my turn.
That's why I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah!
She's made it to level 2.
So how far up am I on this ladder, and does this ladder look like it makes it to the next floor, basically?
The ladder does not. It looks like you would have to hop up several ladders that are like passing each other to climb up the level.
Okay.
They're only about like maybe 20 foot out, and they're like orbiting and like moving around the level.
Fair enough then. Then yeah, Alvina's going to just move to wherever is closest that she can get to, like, a good jump for the one that's next highest. Keep basically doing that.
Give. No, you're a seasoned adventurer. You can pretty much determine like.
There was me waiting for the intelligence.
Yeah.
Roll
To be fair,
for me.
you are going to succeed. However, there is a measures of success
That is fair.
because there is literally orbital mechanics in this.
Yeah.
So give me a intelligence, either survival or anything to do with planning or making, so like cartographer tool proficiency or anything where you would be making paths or jotting down or planning paths.
I have survival.
Yep, survival works.
So, I'm
Intelligence survival.
I'm assuming that I don't get anything from my earlier commune with nature to give me a boost. So I'm assuming. Right?
No, you have all the information that you would need for this. It's literally just watching the trajectories of the eyelattlers and picking the best path up.
-3 from this.
Okay, this one's going to be interesting.
So a 6.
So you are able to find a path up, but it's not the most optimum path. So effectively, it is going to take you longer to climb up, just because you're having to wait a little bit longer between like floating islands and finding paths that are always leading you up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which, since you are having to go the hoppy way, I'm gonna have this be a triple modifier as well. So this is gonna take you 3 times as long to get up.
How far up is it? It's another 100 feet.
But you're able to continue up. Part way. What's your dashing speed?
90.
So you're able to effectively make it up 30 feet, just between having to go like left and right a little bit more, wait for like an island to pass you by and jump onto it to get a ladder upwards a bit more.
That is entirely fair.
I'm just assuming you automatically pass any athletics check to jump between stuff.
I literally don't need to make a check because I can just flat jump the distance.
Well, you're still jumping on floating tiny satellites. You might trip.
It'd be more timing it rather than the actual need to jump it, I think.
Yeah, to be fair, you're also a barbarian who is very proficient with acrobatic-based stuff and jumping, so I'm just gonna assume you succeed on this.
Yeah.
You're not the character I'm worried about this. Maybe if the wizard had to do it. Okay, so that's, is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm dashing, yeah. That's me, basically.
Yep, you make a third of the way up through the level, just getting maybe a little frustrated with the fact that you're having to wait so much.
Yeah, I'm getting annoyed.
Let's have a look here. It is Rocketeer's turn. I need to see if the jetpack will survive the heat. Let's see how well built it is. They'll have proficiency, and they're a large die. No, they specifically built this to be heat resistant.
Hopefully it just cracks on the ice level when we get to that.
The Ranger is going to make it up. Oh, but the Rocketeer also has to deal with the darkness as well as the 2 aliens. So let's see how intelligent they are, or more importantly, how wise they are. So we'll give them a low die for this.
One's good.
They have like Echo Sense goggles or something. I don't know what the hell the Rocketeer is doing. They've got like navigation technology just steering them.
They're secretly warlocks and have like their eyes in the
Yeah,
dark.
devil
Some
sight.
secret magical darkness.
They got devil sight.
Got a
Like
little
full
imp.
sight.
They've got a little imp in the front who's just directing them.
Yeah.
Let's see if the aliens are just as lucky. So
It's
give
an imp
them.
of gratitude.
This will be based on their UFO, so this is their main die. So that is a 18 and a 26.
What's your spell?
I'm assuming an 18 beats your spell DC.
I think it just.
I think it is
yes,
indeed.
just.
Yeah.
Just. It's a 17.
Ah. Close.
So fortunately, Rocketeer and aliens both managed to make it through your darkness, being able to navigate. Get to the wizard after the next round. I don't care about these guys. These guys will come in later. They are starting to slowly make their way up with various stuff. The Ranger's up to level 2 now, but we'll get to that later. The point, it is your turn.
Better if I'm unmuted.
Yeah.
Shadow SWAT. Yeah, that'll do it. And turn to Mr. Darkside. Yeah, I don't actually have any questions for you right now. Can't think of any.
He never said you can ask him questions. The DM
Yeah.
says you can make him questions.
Actually, I remember what I was going to ask now. So, do
You
any
have
of these
to
guys?
lead all the rebellion here.
So, do any of these guys work for you? They seem skilled in their own ways.
Oh, I'm sure several of them work for various factions. I think I recognize the wizard from our intelligence gathering division. Maybe.
They all look the same.
Beard, old
So
man.
Funny hat, yeah.
Might be a good way to find powerful agents. This sort of thing.
Especially for dealing with the primordials. You notice the theme this season is all about elemental effects.
Yes,
Yes.
I noticed that.
To let you, would you like to be let in on a secret to the point?
Only if you're willing to share it.
Yes, well, I feel like your party in particular should probably have some measure in on the discussion. We've recently heard of a new threat that's forced us to accelerate our plan. Oh, Professor Zormir, you may be of interest in this one. I have a sneaking suspicion you may have been involved.
What's
I've got
particular?
no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know what we have,
Hey,
but
at least I
wasn't
gave
me.
you guys the heads up on this one.
Stuffing the map that I've been writing on the back of that this happens to be the map of the elemental plane. No. What?
I think you might be going to the Astral Sea for that one.
Yes, it would seem that the giants have come in possession of a new technology they believe will allow them to strike out against the Imperial Empire. After all, we all know one of the Imperial's advantages is their mechanized flying suits.
Power
It's always put the primordials on a disadvantage, or at least the giants particularly. Unfortunately, there's some infighting between them and the dragon factions that have seen the dragons refuse cooperation to assist.
Ah.
You'd be amazed how much the giants have been longing for a metallic solution to.
Got out there.
Here you go.
Metallic solution too.
Metallic solution to their flight problem or their lack of flight.
You wouldn't know anything about it at all, would you,
Recently
man?
come across some technology that allows for armored propulsion. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, Professor Zormir, would you?
Armor
It
propulsion.
literally says Dr. Zormir, like, in the credits of...
Pulls out a bar of the metal. I mean, this kind of metal.
Shifts 1 seat away from Zormir.
Yes,
I don't know him that well.
Never met him before.
the intelligence report I've received is correct. I believe that's precisely the type of metal.
Well, if you've got that good a network, there's no point in me hiding it.
Well, if I'm being frank with you, Professor Zormir, we're mostly working off remnants we've been able to withdraw from, what did you call them? Fade? Memory banks, and there seems to be some holes in it. Apparently they weren't with you at the time. But
Yes.
they observed enough for us to piece together some information. And we have other agents within the ranks there.
See, the thing is, I've been working with the idea of gathering allies in the more disgruntled parts of the different factions. And
Yes, and
was
I
going
bet
to
you're
show-
also the type who believes that you can always trust a dangerous predatory creature to be domesticated. Do you happen to feed dragons by hand?
That's
No,
how
but
we
Alvina
No,
does.
my friend does.
You know, that does make sense. It's oddly on brand for your party.
I just learned that most of my party is made of diverse and weird and quite frankly reckless individuals that we seem to have found a way to blunder our way through this.
That's just Alvina. Not even bringing the
Yep.
I mean, half the things that we've heard that you find really dangerous, Alvina's probably shoved its helmet down its throat
or petted it. Or eaten it.
or stole something from it.
But these are creatures without intelligence. Well, for the most part.
Just like Alvina.
Yeah.
When it
The
comes
king-
to the giants, I don't necessarily disagree with your thoughts, although many, and you may want to be careful who you share those thoughts with, would find such suggestions abominable. Abominable.
Abominable.
Yeah,
Abominable.
words.
It's hard on that one, yeah.
That,
And would, well, quite frankly, spiral into a cognitive dissonance that may result in violence against you.
Well,
But luckily I'm not so narrow-minded. No, my concerns with your plans is what happens when the giants, which you do understand giant ideology and belief, do you not, Professor Zormia?
well,
What is their core guiding principle?
that their element is the god in a sense, even though it's not.
No, they're not dragons.
No, what was it?
The giants
been-
operate on the ordering,
Yeah.
to not be questioned.
Oh, cut out again.
Well, yes.
Don't question the hierarchy. I believe is
yeah,
basically the opening.
giants are not to be questioned.
The higher tiers than you are to be obeyed. The lower tiers than you to have to obey you. I think is the
Well, we just have to make
So
us.
Chris comes back.
We have to
Obey
make
that
us.
giant.
We just have to make ourselves the higher tier.
Ah, Chris's headset has died.
Yeah.
Okay. Da-da.
Yeah. But I
Fill
believe
in.
it. Hey, it's a bit
Yes, it's been a while since I
Yeah.
got all the information from the giants, so it is Bob going, brr, for now. So, yes.
And he.
1 minute
Bob-
break, everybody.
Bob's
Weird.
brain.
Oh, Chris
1
just
minute
fixed
break.
his headset.
Because Armor did get a lot of information from the giants.
Then we'll do the final wrap up scene. Apparently. But yeah, we got a lot of.
Yeah, okay, it's
on the
5 to
giant,
9, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's because of the whole thing. It's like we got to floor 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this entire session, so
Yeah.
we're gonna be here a while, guys. I'm down. I love
Considering
this.
the
so
7 levels, yes.
7
Seven
levels of
levels.
hell.
Well,
Seven levels,
if
and
you want to
3
be
of us.
technical, 8.
Okay, probably don't have too long here.
Mhm.
Should spend.
Welcome back.
Yes, I was saying the ordering. They will obey without
Question.
question the orders of superior. Quite frankly, I believe they may genuinely die if they try to do otherwise. So
we
what
just have-
happens is it when, let's say, what Lieutenant General Fairbanks, I believe, is the current in charge. What happens when,
Yeah.
say, his father gives him the order to wipe you out? Do you think he will refuse?
I think
Do you
we
think he's
might have...
able to refuse?
Did we not deal... What did we deal with? I think we got rid
It was
of
him,
some-
but he's literally
He's
said, yeah, if
fun,
my he literally gave us the, oh yeah, if my dad tells me to kill you, I'm gonna kill you. Like he told us this straight up.
Hmm.
Or at least he told Alvina. I don't know if he said it in the group at large. But whoever was in the room with Alvina when she stared him down.
Well, we just need to make sure that we become the ones on top and become the ones in charge.
Alvina eats Imix.
Easier
becomes
said
God
than
of-
done.
Alvina eats Imix, becomes primordial lord of fire.
Have you seen what
Ambitious,
Alvina...
Professor Zormia, ambitious. Are you telling me that you plan to do something that no entity, no entire faction of divine beings was able to accomplish within your lifespan.
Well, I think Alvina's already trying to become something beyond deity.
Well, you'll forgive me, Zormir, if I make contingency plans on the assumption you may fail.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. I'm making contingency plans myself.
Of
Which
that.
is-
Brings
think I
us to the
rely on-
matter at hand. The giant.
There's many plans
Yes.
in the works at Wonder.
Wait, I think Chris's headset cut out again.
Yeah.
No, yeah. The giants are planning to strike against the Imperial outpost of Banshee's Grove.
Oh,
And while we don't have as much time to ramp this as we possibly done, want to make sure that neither faction come out on top. Both sides must be perfectly balanced and engaged or motivated to pure destruction.
Keep the fight going. I'm sure we can accomplish that.
Are you opposed to this idea, Zormir?
No, because the more time they spend up in a fight between them, the more time we have to find ways of building our own army. I mean, I have also something else I wish to discuss with the people with Arcanite. In dealing with your worm problem, we've came across something that might be beneficial to us. We just need to know if we can control it and maybe target in the right way. I've just not
Discuss
had
this
chance to
more.
discuss with them.
Over the next couple rounds of the tournament below. But that's
If
good
you
to
wish.
know, Professor. I was hoping that your... What do you call the place that you come from? Do you have a particular designation for it?
I don't know if there's a designation for the different
The
spheres that we come from.
Well, either way, I was hoping that your ideology or history from the universe that you come from would not cloud you with sympathies to the giant that may prove to be undoing or naive in this more cruel world you find yourself in.
Well, it did kind of help defeat the
primordials.
primordials. I think that's where our worlds differ.
Yes.
They joined the god side rather than the primordial side.
I'm sure there are many other subtle differences that have branched from that, but only time will tell. I'd be
And
interested if
also-
you would tell me of any that you've seen, mostly out of curiosity.
Well, yellow works a little different. It goes bang instead of
Please, you don't need to tell me now. We have a whole tournament to
Yeah.
discuss over,
yes.
as that is where we're going to end for now before my headset dies permanently.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's permanent, Mr. Darkseid. Anyway.
Permanent dark side.
There we go. That's gonna be our session for the day. One for all. You've seen the beginning of the tournament. You've made it to level 2. There are 7 levels.
Some
this
of us
might-
have made it to level 2.
Oh, you've made it to level 2.
And we've finished bang on 9 as well.
And you have an audience and a personal audience and a one-to-one with Mr. Darkseid himself. Who knows what conversations or secrets you may be able to divulge from arguably the most powerful entity in the rebellion.
Hell yeah.
But we'll find out next week. Tune in to see more. These are my fantastic players. I've been your DM. I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't know, blah blah blah. Good night.
See ya!
Bye.
Good night.